Good morning. Good morning, James Dobbs.
President Trump makes the case for tighter border security, including the wall.
There is a growing humanitarian...
James, this is on the radio. What I just done, and Angie, good morning. What I just done there, I was on the computer when it done the ID off of the computer overnight. I want to go live rest of the morning to 9:30, and I went with my computers I have here for live operation. So I done the ID from the computer, and before it hit the old news, we don't have the spyware to update SRN news, so we don't have national news overnight. So anyway, what it would have done is played yesterday's news. So anyway, we are now live assist till 9:30 this morning, and sometime we'd let it take over at 9. We didn't have any guests during the holidays, and I think we start back today with a guest. Anyway, so it'll be 9:30. Otherwise, we're going to turn it over at 9. Just thought I'd bring you up to date since you understand a little bit. Got to get you on, Angie, one morning and tell what in the world you're up to nowadays.
Mr. Trump will host another negotiating session with top lawmakers from both parties.
I kind of know what you're up to.
The White House this afternoon. And tomorrow, the president will travel to Texas to visit the southern border.
Teachers in Los Angeles ready to strike tomorrow. United Teachers Los Angeles says its 35,000 members will hit the bricks for the first time in 30 years if a deal isn't reached on higher pay and smaller class sizes. Wall Street futures higher this morning on renewed hopes that the U.S. and China are moving closer to resolving their trade dispute. Right now, Dow futures up 84 points, S&P futures better by 8, and NASDAQ futures currently 27 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
If you could do something to protect your family with just 10 minutes effort, would you bother? If something should ever happen to you, that 10-minute effort could mean the difference between hardship and financial security for your loved ones. Life insurance is something most people don't like to think about. Too many people do nothing until it's too late. The reason? People expect it'll be a big hassle. Ethos changes all that. Ethos is modern life insurance for people who don't have the time for fine print, extra doctor's appointments, or hidden fees. Ethos is affordable. It only takes about 10 minutes to apply online, and you'll be taking the first step in ensuring your family has the help they need to maintain the life you're building for them, even if the unexpected happens. Ethos brings you choices that don't require an in-person meeting with an agent, and in most cases, there's no need for a doctor's appointment. Ethos, life insurance for the 21st
Good morning, Johnny.
century. Apply online in just 10 minutes. Get a free quote now at getethos.com. That's getethos.com. Getethos.com.
Australia will consider a young Saudi woman for settlement after the UN apparently deemed her a refugee.
The statement by the Australian government means that the UN must already have confirmed Rahaf al-Qanun's status as a refugee. The UN says it won't comment on individual asylum cases. She's been housed in a secure location in Bangkok since Monday night, when the Thai government allowed her to leave the airport, and has been interviewed by UN officials over her claims that her life would be in danger if she returned to her family. It's not clear whether the UN has approached other countries to ask for resettlement.
The BBC's Jonathan Head in Bangkok. A South Korean court has ordered the seizure of the local assets of a Japanese company after it refused to compensate several wartime forced laborers in an escalation of a diplomatic row between the Asian neighbors. News and analysis at townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. The candidate to be Baltimore's next police leader withdraws from consideration.
Baltimore Mayor Catherine Pugh said Fort Worth Police Chief Joel Fitzgerald was withdrawing his candidacy to, quote, devote his full attention to one of his sons, who she says is facing a second brain surgery this week to remove a mass that was discovered last week. But Fitzgerald's nomination was rocky from the start. Baltimore's Sun last week reported Fitzgerald's resume overstated some achievements since he became police chief in Fort Worth back in October 2015, including embellishing his role launching a body camera program there and taking credit for the force's ramped up reporting on racial profiling despite a state law requiring those measures. Ron DeRockstra reporting.
A special train believed to be carrying Kim Jong-un has departed Beijing after a two-day visit by the North Korean leader to the Chinese capital. More on these stories at townhall.com.
In 2019 with Extreme, powered by Mediacom's future forward speeds up to 1 gig. And experience smarter TiVo-powered TV on every screen in your home. No smart TV required. Plus, get home phone service with unlimited nationwide calling. And this is a huge and. When you make the switch from your slow internet provider before this offer ends, you save 62%. That's 62% off internet with Wi-Fi, TV with TiVo Intelligence, and home phone. You get it all for as low as $21.66 each service a month for 1 year when bundled. You have to call 800-SIMPLIFY soon, though, like right now, because just like 2018, this offer won't last. Extreme, powered by Mediacom. Available to qualified new customers only switching from current internet provider. Price doesn't include activation, installation, modem rental, local broadcast station surcharge, regional sports surcharge, taxes and fees. Additional restrictions may apply. Not available in all areas. Call Mediacom for more details.
With SRN Sports, I'm Ron DeRockstra. In college basketball last night, North Carolina holds off NC State 90-82. Correspondent Dennis Cox has their details.
12th-ranked North Carolina jumped out to an early 12-0 lead. The Wolfpack was able to tie the game twice in the second half at 47-53, but couldn't take the lead at any point in the contest. Each team had 5 players in double figures, with Luke May and Braxton Beverly each with a game-high 21 points for UNC and NC State, respectively.
Other finals, number 1 Duke over Wake Forest, 87-65. Number 3 Tennessee beat Missouri. Number 6 Michigan State over Purdue. 8th-ranked Texas Tech beat 23rd-ranked Oklahoma. South Carolina upsets 14th-ranked Mississippi State in overtime, 87-82. Kentucky beat Texas A&M. It was Buffalo over Toledo, and Baylor upsets 20th-ranked Iowa State. This is SRN Sports. The Arizona Cardinals hired Cliff Kingsbury, who went 35-40 at 6 seasons at Texas Tech before his dismissal last month as their new head coach. Kingsbury replaces Steve Wilkes, who was fired after going an NFL worst 3-13 in his 1 season at Arizona. Bruce Arians came out of a 1-year retirement to fill the Buccaneers' 5th coaching vacancy in a decade Arians replaces Dirk Cotter, who was fired after 5 years. Meanwhile, Cotter was hired by the Atlanta Falcons to replace Steve Sarkisian as offensive coordinator. Atlanta also hired Mike Mularkey, former Titans coach, to be their quarterbacks coach. Patriots offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels says the book is closed on him interviewing for other open head coaching jobs. McDaniels spoke with Green Bay over the weekend, but said he's completely focused on the Patriots and preparing for their divisional playoff matchup this weekend with the LA Chargers. This is SRN Sports.
With an SRN News Business Brief, I'm George Manzani. The Federal Reserve reports that Americans' rate of borrowing was slightly lower in November compared with October, but still grew by a robust $22.1 billion, mostly for auto loans and student loans, which offset lower numbers for credit cards. That November figure follows a $25 billion gain in October, which had been the biggest increase in 11 months. A German insurance company says that the Northern California wildfire, which killed dozens of people and burned away the town of Paradise, caused overall losses of $16.5 billion. Of those, an estimated $12.5 billion were insured. Stocks closed higher on Wall Street Tuesday. The three major indexes gained about 1% or more, with the S&P up 25 points, the Dow closing up 256, the Nasdaq was up 73 points. Crude oil rose for the 7th day in a row. With SRN Business, I'm George Manzani.
Can you buck dance? I mean, get down, buck dancing, man! Can you climb a greasy pole? I mean, a pole greased down, but good old Lord! Buck dancing contest, greasy pole contest, cash prizes! Saturday, March the 23rd at the Rattlesnake Rodeo. All ages welcome. For more details, go to rattlesnakerodeo.com.
Authorities say a man has died in a shooting they believe to be accidental. With the news flash, I'm Trey Westerberg on your hometown radio station 1290 WOPP. Madison County deputies say 39-year-old Michael Stockberger suffered a gunshot wound to the chest Monday night. Deputies performed CPR and life-saving measures, but he died at the scene. A woman has died in an accidental shooting during a hunting trip. Tallapoosa County authorities say 48-year-old Donna Doran of Cleveland in Blount County was killed Sunday morning near Dadeville. It appears someone was taking a rifle from a vehicle's backseat when it fired, hitting Doran. She died at the hospital. Monday night's college football playoff championship game drew the lowest ratings in its history. Clemson's blowout victory over Alabama drew a 14.6 overnight rating for ESPN across its multiple channel broadcast. Clemson won the game 44-16 in the fourth meeting between the two teams in the playoff. With the news flash, I'm Trey Westerberg on your hometown radio station 1290 WOPP.
The Rattlesnake Rodeo 5K 2019, Saturday, March the 23rd, Opp High School, 502 North Malloy Street in Opp. Running 5K and walking 5K, $25. Rodeo armband to the first 200. The long sleeve tech shirts are awesome. Start time, 9 a.m. sharp. Race day registration and packet pickup starts at 7:15. For complete information, go to rattlesnakerodeo.com.
Quicken Loans presents the Sports Live, driven by Jeep on your hometown station, 1290 WOPP. College basketball, Alabama fell to LSU in Baton Rouge 88-79. Crimson Tide dropping to 10-4. They trailed by 15 points at halftime. Kira Lewis with 15 points. Alex Reese had 12 points off the bench. Herbert Jones had 10. Alabama had their 5-game win streak come to an end. They'll face Texas A&M on Saturday at Coleman Coliseum. The Auburn Tigers taking on Ole Miss tonight to open up SEC play. The Tigers ranked 12th in the nation. They're 11-2 on the season, and their losses coming to both Duke and North Carolina State. Auburn cornerback Javaris Davis will return to the Plains for his senior season. 2 seasons ago, he was a freshman All-American at 41 tackles this year with 2 interceptions. Safeties Daniel Thomas and Jeremiah Dinson are also returning for their senior year. It's the perfect time to bring out your very best, so hurry in for great deals now at the Jeep Start Something New event. I'm Tony Desiri on your hometown station, 1290 WOPP.
Rattlesnake Rodeos
is accepting applications for arts and crafts vendors.
12 by 12 space, $100. $50 for electrical hookup.
And $10 for city license.
For complete information and application, go to www.rattlesnakerodeo.com.
Or phone Liz Lindsay at 334-858-6624.
Or the City of Opp, 34493-7840.
See you at the rodeo.
Presents the Race Flash. Powered by SB Nation Radio. JR Motorsports, with his Dale Jr.'s Xfinity Series team, announced its driver and crew lineups for its 4-car team. Number 7 Chevrolet will be driven by Justin Allgaier with crew chief Jason Burdett. Michael Arnett will drive the number 5 Chevrolet with crew chief Travis Mack. And Noah Gragson will replace Elliott Sadler in the number 1 Chevrolet, while Zane Smith will drive 8 races for JR Motorsports in the number 9 car. Goodyear tire testing this week at Auto Club Speedway. The first tire test of 2019 will feature Martin Truex Jr., Joey Logano, and a Stewart Haas Racing driver that will be named later. And Toyota Gazoo Racing announced that World Endurance Championship drivers Fernando Alonso, Kamui Kobayashi, and Mike Conway will not compete in the 12-hour Sebring. That's your Mahindra Race Flash. Powered by SB Nation Radio.
Op Health and Rehabilitation, a division of Northport Health Services, a family-owned business where our staff and residents are family. Our residents maintain well-being. We care for life. We provide activities for residents, one-on-one when needed, and family members are always welcome. Our rehabilitation includes physical, occupational, and speech, short-term to long-term care. Visit our office at Op Health and Rehabilitation on Polk Avenue, 493-4558.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by these fine sponsors. Hear Rich's forecast hourly on these Blue Water Broadcasting radio stations.
Hey, good morning, everybody. On this Wednesday morning, it is the 9th day of January. Rich here at about 4 o'clock in the morning, actually just a few minutes after 4 o'clock in the morning. And what a change of reality we're going to see. Yesterday, we had a high of 74. We're spoiled. We've had 70s for 4 days in a row. How about 54 instead of 74 today? And you added in the wind, it'll seem colder than that. Some freezing nights in our future as well. I'll bring you up to date. Plus, this next storm system could affect a lot of weekend plans. And if you're a regular viewer of these videos, you know we've been tracking the prospects for winter air, extreme winter air coming into the United States, and every day we see more and more clues. Today, new clues on the possible timetable of when the extreme polar vortex kind of air will be moving into the U.S. Here we go.
The spring-like air has now exited, and you see that cold front up there in the Ohio Valley moving on southward. That's our next stage of colder air, which will deliver a couple of freezing nights in our future. So, a breezy day today, and that's going to add to the bite in the air, making today's high temperature of 54 seem a lot colder with those northwest winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour, which will die down tonight for the most part. Tonight slow down to around 30, 31. In fact, here's tomorrow morning right around dawn. We're talking about maybe close to 30 here in the Montgomery area, upper 20s around Lake Martin and Auburn, 32 around the Dothan area first thing tomorrow morning. You add just a tiny amount of wind, and you come up with some wind chill factors, low to mid 20s here in central Alabama tomorrow morning, and upper 20s down in South Alabama. So coats and hats and gloves will be in fashion. A freezing start to the day tomorrow, and a chilly day. I don't think we're going to reach 50 degrees for a high temperature. And then Friday, we look at that storm system out to the west of us. You see that in Texas. It's got snow and ice up to the north and rain in the south across our area. I think we're dry Friday, but late Friday night there could be some showers. And here's noon on Saturday as showers overspread the entire area. Low pressure is located in Louisiana, moving into Mississippi, so no severe weather expected with this system. Concentrated rain Saturday night and maybe some leftover showers early in the day Sunday, before I think the showers will end and we get into drier weather Sunday afternoon. And cooler temperatures follow this storm system. This storm will bring a lot of snow to the middle Atlantic coastal region. A breezy, cool day Monday, and I think we're headed back to freezing temperatures Monday night. So I've got a morning low around 30 on Thursday. Tomorrow morning, 39 to high. Only 54 Friday, chance of rain late Friday night, but a better chance Saturday and Saturday night, with a high temperature in the middle 50s over the weekend, and then cooler air starts to come in with breezy temperatures on Monday and maybe another freeze Monday night. This is the European out 10 days, and it shows, on graph, the colder air coming in that we're going to be dealing with. The coldest mornings around Thursday.
Good morning, Annette.
The storm system with blue bars at the bottom. The rain Saturday night into Sunday. Then colder again behind that storm system, and another storm system late the following week. The GFS also confirming that the coldest days will be tomorrow, a couple of freezing nights, then another cold day on Monday, and a couple of freezing nights, and then we start to recover.
This is the polar vortex on January 22nd, according to the GFS, coming into the Great Lakes, moving on southward. That's the real deal winter. So that will be following the progress of that. That's January 22nd. Here's January 23rd on the European, showing the polar vortex coming out of the Great Lakes and the Arctic front making it to around Nashville. So that's our future. We're going to be watching and monitoring that. And I showed you yesterday how the European is indicating that February will be below normal and much below normal across the eastern and southeastern U.S. And all we need is a little storm system riding around the southern boundary of that cold air, and you know what kind of mischief we could be looking at. So we'll keep an eye on it. That's our future, perhaps. So that nice spring air was nice while it lasted. I don't see any 70s in our future for a long, long time. So get used to the new reality. I think you know the drill here. We will be live on the radio. I say this every morning from 6 to 9 on News Talk 93.1. And then you hear me say we'll be also live on TV this morning on CBS 8 and ABC 32 at 5:50 a.m. Ryan and I are talking weather, and our whole crew interacts with their crew at 6:40 a.m. And there will be another video first thing tomorrow morning at 6:40 a.m. Probably I'll be bundled up a little bit more tomorrow morning. And of course, you'll forecast whatever you wanted on the entire Blue Water family of stations. Have a great day today, and I'll see you in the morning.
Come and get the best donuts in the Wiregrass at the Donut Shop, featuring classic yeast glazed and designer donuts. Tired of the same old dry biscuits in the morning? Try their delicious breakfast sandwich made up of glazed or plain yeast roll with bacon or sausage, egg, and cheddar cheese. And don't forget the coffee. Their premium coffee is the best around. Plus, they have iced coffee, cappuccino, frappes, and soft drinks. For lunch, try a delicious BLT with your choice of cheeses. The Donut Shop, located at 112 West Covington Avenue, across from the Gun Shop. Call 493-0830 and order a dozen donuts today.
When marriage breaks down, as you know, it's all negative. This is Focus on the Family Minute, and Dr. David Clark describes how he helps couples begin to heal their relationship. We start with compliments. I'll say this next week. I want you to come up with a list of 14 very impressive and real compliments for your spouse. Physical attractiveness, character, what they do for you, spiritual qualities, has to be a real list. And then you're going to drop in 7 days 2 compliments a day. That begin, and it's the most awkward thing in the world. They don't want to do it. I can't think of anything positive. Don't come back to my office until you have thought of positives. Because they're there. They're just totally buried by your dysfunction, and Satan's pushing them way out of whack. So when they start, after that week, things are starting to change, simply because they said something that is true, and it starts to connect them. More from Dr. Clark at FamilyMinute.org.
This is Ward's Daily Almanac. I'm W.B. Ward. Today is Wednesday, January 9th, and today was the beginning of a popular Western. That and more on Ward's Daily Almanac. Is there a heaven? Is hell real? Is there life after death? Discover the answers that will change your life forever with the audiobook A Rabbi Looks at the Afterlife, a compelling book written by Jonathan Burness. Jonathan Burness takes you on an unforgettable journey of faith, exploring scripture, history, and first-hand accounts of those who have been through near-death experiences and witnessed the afterlife. Order the audiobook A Rabbi Looks at the Afterlife from Audible.com, Amazon, or iTunes. Find more information at WBWard.com. Among those born today are 37th President Richard Nixon. Other birthdays today include Fernando Lamas, Judith Krantz, Bob Denver, and Crystal Gale. The first modern circus was performed on this date in 1768. Placing the performers in a single-ringed show, Philip Astley put together his ensemble of performers in London. Depending on whom you talk to, it might be the Nutmeg State or the Provision State. But on this date in 1788, Connecticut was known as our 5th state. The Brown bomber Joe Louis fought a match against Buddy Bayer on this date in 1942. The match was held as a fundraiser for the Navy Relief Society, and not only did Joe Louis win, but he raised $47,000 and volunteered for military service the next morning. Today in 1959, viewers turned on their TV sets and heard the cracking of a bullwhip. Today was the first time we watched the TV show Rawhide. That's a look at Wednesday, January 9th. To find out what happened on this or any other day of the year, just visit my website at wbward.com. That address again is wbward.com.
2018 was the ending of the Opp Bobcat football career for 5 seniors that played their hearts out for Opp High School. We also saw the coming out party for some freshmen, sophomores, juniors that will lead to a bright future for the Opp Bobcats football team. Thank you to Coach Hill and his coaching staff. Our sponsors are proud of you. WOPP is proud of you. Proud to have sponsored the 2018 football season. Brought to you by Larry's Prescriptions, CCB Community Bank,
David's Catfish House,
Opp Help and Rehabilitation, Lance Jackson CPA,
Mizell Memorial Hospital,
TNC Pharmacy,
Caroline's Country Stores,
Covington Pecan,
Hardee's, H.D. Eckert Trucking Company,
Horn Beverage Company,
Papa G's,
J.M. Jackson Chevrolet Buick, Revenue Commissioner George Chuck Patterson,
Southern Independent Bank,
the Opp Gun Shop, the Opp Donut Shop,
S&P Communication,
Air Control, here on your official Bobcat station, WOPP. Caroline's Country Stores, Highway 84 East, Highway 134 at the county line, and in Antioch. Open 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday until 6 on Sunday. Off-road diesel. Feed bins at 134 in Antioch, Copper Kittle at county line, Hunt's Pizzas at County Line at 134, and U-Hauls at Carolina Country Store, Highway 84 East. That's where you'll find the Case 9s. Caroline Country Store number 4 is now open. Highway 331 South, 5 a.m. until 9 p.m. and until 11 p.m. on weekends. And they have kerosene. Caroline's Country Store.
But at Hardee's, it's simple. $4 gets you 2 breakfast sandwiches. Grab a delicious biscuit, a Frisco breakfast sandwich, or a loaded omelet biscuit. That's 1 + 1 more for $4. I'm no math whiz, but I just solved breakfast. Hardee's because it tastes better. At Hardee's, we make our juicy, thick burgers the right way, with 100% Black Angus beef and fire. We even figured out a way to weed out our less dedicated employees. Traitor, burgers need fire! New Angus thick burger melts, only $3. Hardee's because it tastes better.
Here's your Weatherbug LA weather. I'm Rod Tanner. For this morning, we expect a sunny Wednesday with a high 58. It'll be clear and cold overnight with a low 33. Thursday should be sunny, our high 53. It'll be clear and colder Thursday night with a low 31. Friday will finish the week with a mostly sunny day and a high 54. Heading into the weekend, Friday night, it'll be mostly sunny with a low 41. There's a 5 in 10 chance for shower activity Saturday. It'll be cloudy, our high 61. There's a 2 in 10 chance of rain on Sunday. It'll be mostly sunny with a high of 60. Again, today should be sunny, our high 58, and that's the latest lower Alabama weather here on WOPP.
is going to be our low this morning. Going to be a much cooler day today, by the way. The official sunrise at 6:46. The official sunset at 5:50. Going to be a little bit longer today, 49 seconds longer than yesterday. A total of 11 hours and 7 minutes. Daylight, that is. The winds are from the southeast, maybe a mile. Presently 48 degrees. Here at the studios of WOPP. 27 minutes now past 6 a.m. Always nice having you with us.
Suntan crew got all American made.
to the end of September. Surfing was fun, we'd be out in the sun every day. I never thought that it would end. And I was everybody's friend. Long, hard days, boozy haze, jukebox plays, but now it's fading away. We couldn't wait for graduation day. Oh no, took the car and drove to San Jose. Oh, that's where you told me that you wear my ring. I guess you don't remember anything. Beach baby, give me something that I can remember. Just like before, we could walk by the shore in the moonlight. Beach baby, there on the sand from July to the end of September. Surfing was fun, we'd be out in the sun every day.
Well, didn't get a warning on the Beach Boys. One of their unknown.
Beach baby one?
Mm-hmm. They weren't a big hit as far as I'm concerned. It ain't the first one pops up in my mind.
Maybe they're still asleep.
I figured it's supposed to be electronic. It's the beat that they put out when it keeps it so quick. Hey, the Beach Boys scaring us up to news time next to get ready for the news, doesn't it, Jay?
I like it.
Yeah, gives you, I don't know, funky,
Beach baby.
ready to eat your Pop-Tart?
Yeah.
Pop-Tart was hot when they were hot.
Oh, we could all use a little beach time.
Yeah,
Beach baby.
yeah. Thought we about to get that one in before the cold weather hits tomorrow.
Yeah.
Maybe about 34 when we're talking tomorrow morning.
It's cold enough for me right now.
Oh, I loved it out there. 48 degrees. Gee whiz. Felt really good. Boy, it never quits. This one doesn't.
No, it just goes on and on.
Well, we're running out of time. We got to go to SRN News.
I'm Rich Thomas.
Wow, I didn't realize that long.
This 19th day of the partial government shutdown, President Trump will hold another meeting with congressional leaders in a bid to end the standoff over
I didn't watch his speech, did you?
I did.
Last night, in an
Did he do good?
He did really well.
The president said every American has a role to play in stopping the
He stayed
flow
with
of
the script.
drugs and criminals
He did.
into the country.
That's what keeps him.
Right on the
Urging all
script.
citizens to
He's learning then, ain't he?
And tell them to finally, after all of these decades, secure our border.
And the president says
His all cuff what gets him in trouble, but yet that's why he's so good.
Well, then, of course, they gave Pelosi and Schumer equal time right after it. And they looked like a Saturday Night Live skit standing out there.
He got rave reviews on kids making fun of him.
Yeah.
Kids making fun of him. How about that?
Barrier in years past, Democrats do not support it now. House Majority Leader Nancy Pelosi calling it
an expensive and ineffective law.
Pelosi and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer pressing the president to sign legislation.
The president brought out the fact that both of them have walls around their houses, and it's not to keep bad people out, it's to protect the ones they love.
Yeah. Caught fire last year at the electric car company. They alleged the battery pack on its electric Model S.
Well, they said it's not to keep people out, but it's to protect the ones they love. That's why they have a wall around their house.
Could have withstood a high-speed crash of this kind.
Financial markets.
Why is the wall around the White House?
Rally.
To protect the president.
U.S. and Chinese envoys wrap up.
Not keep people out.
People have.
You can go to the White House with an appointment. Anybody can.
How the negotiations went.
Randy Owen has a wall around his house. He has to keep people from coming up knocking on the door.
About 69 points higher. S&P futures better by 6, and NASDAQ futures currently up 23.5 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
CCB time is 6:34. Time for you to drop by CCB here and meet our local staff, talk over our local community activities, talk over your banking needs. Member FDIC. Good morning. I'm Robert Booth.
I'm Jay Michael.
For Dateline Action News, brought to you by
Opportunity EMS,
TNC Pharmacy,
Southern Independent Bank,
the Farmers IGA,
Power South,
JR's Lawnmower Shop,
the Woodmore,
and Mizell Memorial Hospital.
A Pike County, Mississippi woman was found brutally attacked and drenched in blood in the front yard of her home on Friday, January the 4th. Pike County Coroner Jason Jones said 32-year-old Erica Hall of Magnolia was pronounced dead there. According to her family, she died at the hands of her own children, who were taken into custody. Coroner Jones said Hall was stabbed multiple times in her upper torso and back, and also suffered a gunshot wound to the chest. There it is. I was looking for the rest of it. 14-year-old Marion Hall is being charged as an adult with murder. She is being held in the Pike County Jail on a $150,000 bond. Her preliminary hearing is set for the 22nd of January. The 12-year-old juvenile, whose name or charges will not be released due to youth court proceedings, is being held in the Adams County Detention Center.
Well, members of the Alabama legislature delegation in Washington had mixed response Tuesday night to the president's Oval Office address, in which he made his case for a wall for the Mexican border and said the government shutdown could be solved in 45 minutes. The only solution is for Democrats to pass a spending bill that defends our borders and reopens the government, says President Donald Trump. The situation could be solved in 45-minute meeting. I've invited congressional leaders to the White House for today to get the job done. Hopefully we can rise above partisanship in politics in order to support national security.
You would think that. A Florida fugitive hiding in Alabama is in police custody. According to the Tuskegee Police Department, Michael Terrell Beeson, 35, has been taken into custody. He was wanted by the Bay County, Florida Sheriff's Office for aggravated battery, false verification of ownership to pawnbroker, and failure to return rental property. Investigators believe he was hiding out in Macon County, and after Central Alabama Crime Stoppers received anonymous tips, Tuskegee police officers were able to locate him and take him into custody without incident. A reward will be offered to an anonymous tipster that observed Beeson driving a gray Ford Explorer after seeing his photo on a Crime Stoppers segment.
Well, it's been 2.5 weeks since the federal government shut down, impacting hundreds of thousands of U.S. In the Wiregrass, many worries were put to rest after most federally funded organizations such as the Wiregrass Area Food Bank, the Health Department, and Social Security offices are all clear from furlough or are working without pay. One organization, however, is feeling the reality of the shutdown, the U.S. Consolidated Farm Service Agency, or FSA. Due to the lapse in federal appropriation, the Dothan offices are closed until further notice.
Montgomery County Sheriff Derek Cunningham said he applauds his officers, nearby agencies, and collaboration with the Sheriff's Office in Washington Parish, Louisiana, for their arrest in a dangerous high-speed chase through Montgomery County just days after Christmas. On December the 28th, a nationwide alert was sent out that 3 fugitives fled Louisiana following an armed robbery and shooting in Bogalusa, Louisiana. Sergeant David Alford with that sheriff's office reportedly saw the described vehicle traveling right outside of Montgomery city limits. Dashboard camera video shows Alford attempting to pull the vehicle over, but the driver refusing to stop. The 22-minute video shows Alford following the car all the way down I-85 South and eventually exiting on Taylor Road. The car turned left onto Vaughn Road and continued on, sideswiping several vehicles until the spikes were laid out to stop the car. Of the 4 people in the vehicle, one 14-year-old girl was released. The other 3 adults, Melissa Michelle Smith, Lance Hunter Rouse, and a 17-year-old, the Washington Parish Sheriff's Office identified as Levi Austin Lee, each faces charges of first-degree murder and armed robbery in Washington Parish.
Representative Terrell Sewell. I don't hear myself worth a crap. There we go.
I hear you.
You hear me? Yeah, well, maybe I'm going deaf. In one ear, I can't hear out of the other.
It's possible.
I don't hear no hums. This is like it's supposed to sound, to be honest. There's no whistles and no hums. I wish it stayed like this all the time, but it doesn't stay this way. Representative Terrell Sewell is co-sponsoring the legislation that would allow voting by mail nationwide, amongst other major changes of federal voting laws. The Vote by Mail Act, H.R. 92, essentially takes the state system used by Oregon nationwide. The bill requires every state to provide registered voters the opportunity to vote by mail. It also institutes automatic voter registration program, meaning every citizen who provides identifying information to their state motor vehicle authority is automatically registered to vote unless they option out. Senator Ron Wing and Representative Earl Bummermeer are carrying the bills in their respective chambers. I hope that don't pass. Check your time.
Don't do.
That is dumb. 6:40 here at WOPP.
JR's Lawnmower Shop. It may not be springtime, but it is service time.
More dead people start voting again, won't
The
they?
month of
Yeah, they
January,
will.
JR's Lawnmower Shop will service your push mower, your riding mower, your zero turn, and give you a free set of blades. Ask for the JR's service deal. Remember, if blades are good, we will sharpen your old ones and lay a new set on the floorboard or send a new set home with you. JR's Lawnmower Shop is your service center when it comes to service. Don't forget, we carry a large line of Husqvarna, Steel, Honda Power Equipment, an Easy Go golf cart dealer, and also a Yamaha golf cart dealer. And you know what? We will not be undersold. Free pickup and delivery, JR's Lawnmower Shop down here in the Mill Village.
Mizell Memorial Hospital Senior Behavioral Care Unit is designed to address the needs of patients who are 55 years of age or older who are experiencing emotional illness. If you or your loved ones are experiencing symptoms of difficulty sleeping, poor appetite, or forgetfulness, we are here to help. We want seniors and their families to understand what is happening and to provide help in a supportive environment. Our goal is to return everyone involved to a normal life as soon as possible. For further information on this unit, call 493-9134. Mizell Memorial Hospital, every day making a difference.
Ruth Viola McCathan, age 88, of Simothes, passed away Sunday at her residence. Funeral services will be held at 11 a.m. at the Pleasant Home Baptist Church. The family will receive friends 9:30 until 11 a.m. service time at the church. Ruth Viola McCathan is survived by husband Miles McCathan, a son Wayne Earl and Helen McCathan, a daughter Sherry Jean and Bill Hanners, 4 grandchildren and 6 great-grandchildren. James David Carson, age 65, of Montgomery, formerly of Andalusia, passed away Sunday. Survived by brother Rhett Carson and sister Sylvia Fink. Funeral services for James David Carson will be at 1 p.m. from the Evans Funeral Home. Visitation will be 1 hour before services. Stephen Kenneth Johnson, age 65, of Dozier, passed away Sunday in Pensacola, Florida. Funeral services will be held 2 p.m. at the Cahey Funeral Home and Chapel. Burial will be at the Elizabeth Primitive Baptist Church Cemetery in McKenzie. The family will receive friends 1 hour prior to services. Stephen Kenneth Johnson is survived by significant other Barbara Shoemaker, 3 children, Brandon and Crystal Johnson, Stephen Ivy Johnson, and April Johnson. 14 grand, 3 great-grandchildren, 2 brothers, Alan and Guerrero Johnson and Victor Johnson. Stacy Evans McVeigh, age 49, of Andalusia, passed away Monday. Funeral services will be held at 10:30 Thursday from the Foreman Funeral Home and Chapel. Visitation will begin at 9 a.m. at the funeral home. Stacy Evans McVeigh is survived by wife Kathy Odom McVeigh, his mother Sheila Wells, grandmother Juanita Duncan, 2 daughters and son-in-law Leslie and Mike Solger, Caden King, sons and daughter-in-law Evans and Summer McVeigh, Avery and Brooke King, Ethan King, 8 grandchildren, brother and sister-in-law Will and Bridget McVeigh, sisters and brother-in-law Monica Robinson, Deborah and Marvin McInnes, Teresa and Kevin Watts, his father-in-law Jack Odom, sister-in-law Kim Odom Rowland, husband Charles, brother-in-law Marty Odom. Walter Lee Pop Perkins, age 83, of Andalusia, passed away Monday at the Andalusia Health. Funeral services will be held at 11 a.m. Thursday at the Andalusia Full Gospel Tabernacle Church. Burial will be at the Andalusia Memorial Cemetery. The family will receive friends from 5 o'clock until 8 p.m. at the Cahey Funeral Home and Chapel. Walter Lee Pop Perkins, survived by wife Virginia Perkins, his children Wesley and Nancy Perkins, Johnny and Jamie Perkins, Jamie and Bobby Perkins, Sandra and Mike Little, 5 grandchildren, 2 great-grandchildren. Make contributions to the AFGT's Take a Seat campaign. William Hanford Knox, known to many as Bill or Pop Bill, age 86 of Opp, passed away Monday at Mizell Memorial Hospital. Survived by his son William L. Knox, daughter Carol A. Ambrose, Deborah J. Cassidy, and Rebecca Knox, 5 grandchildren. Visitation will be held for William Hanford Knox White Funeral Home, 4 o'clock until 5:30 Thursday, with burial at a later date in Arlington National Cemetery. Donna Lynn Holscher, age 58, of Andalusia, passed away Friday at the Dothan Hospital. Memorial services for Donna Lynn Holscher will be held 4:20 Thursday at the First Baptist Church of Andalusia. Survived by her husband Richard Price, 3 children, Stephen Holscher, Brian and Rosa Beltona, and Brianna Beltona and Henry Hayes. 7 grandchildren, 3 great-grandchildren, 2 sisters, Sydney Beltona and Michelle Harris. D.C. Reed Carter White, age 92, of Birmingham, passed away Monday at the UAB Hospital. Survived by daughter and son-in-law Charlotte and David Smith, son and daughter-in-law Charles and Sonia White, daughter-in-law Judy White, brothers Roy Carter, James Carter, and Robert Earl Carter. 5 grandchildren, 15 great-grandchildren. The family of Desi Ray Carter White will hold a private memorial service for her at a later date.
Funerals are added to our local news as soon as possible after receiving them from the funeral home. Funerals are also posted daily on the WOPP Facebook page.
This week's specials at the Farmers IGA. Fresh whole Boston butts, $1.18 a pound. USDA boneless New York strip steaks, $4.99 a pound. Fresh fryer drumsticks or thighs, 77 cents a pound. Star-Kissed tuna, 5-ounce can, 4 for $3. Arm & Hammer laundry detergent, 150 ounces, $5.99. Sparkle paper towels, 6 big rolls, $5.88. Pepsi, Mountain Dew, and Dr. Pepper, 12-pack cans, 3 for $10. Genuine Idaho baking potatoes, 2 pounds for $1.
Shop your hometown proud Farmers IGA in Lamar Plaza. Savings plus service equals IGA.
911 will not dispatch us. Be sure to call direct 493-0911. Dial 493-0911 direct for Opportunity EMS. Dial 493-0911 for local and out-of-town ambulance service from Opportunity EMS. Dial 493-0911, not 911, for emergency and non-emergency transport from Opportunity EMS. Locally owned and operated for over 20 years by Mr. Hayward Nowlin. Opportunity EMS has wheelchair vans and their own record and maintenance service. You have a choice. Choose Opportunity EMS. Dial direct 493-0911, Opportunity EMS. 911 will not dispatch us. Be sure to call direct 493-0911. The Martin Luther King Jr. annual march is all about educating children, according to Jackie Ingram, one of the organizers. Every year, a group of residents organizes a march to commemorate the life work of slain civil rights leader Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. This year, the event is set for 10 a.m. on Monday, January the 21st, the National King holiday. We usually go to the New Hope Church or the St. James Church and talk a little bit to the kids about the march. We talk about where we come from and why we march. This year's featured speakers at the church will be Reverend Hines, Pastor Joe Smith Jr., Reverend Lawrence, and other ministers. The city of Florella will also have 2 Martin Luther King Jr. programs, one on Sunday, January the 20th, at the Church of God in Christ at 5 p.m., and a march on Monday, January the 21st, at Carver Community Center off Florella at 11 a.m.
It's time for the annual Low Country Boil scheduled for Friday, January the 18th in the First Presbyterian Church Fellowship Hall located at 223 South 3 Knott Street across from the Andalusia Public Library. From 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., you can dine in or take out a bountiful meal of boiled Gulf shrimp, sausage, corn on the cob, and potatoes, along with slaw, bread, dessert, and drink. All of this for a very low price of $20 per plate, and no cleanup on your part is involved. Tickets are available in the church office Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m. For more information, contact the church at 334-222-5352.
The Opp Police Department reporting on Saturday around 1:05 a.m. Officers conducted a traffic stop on a 1998 Nissan Frontier for a driver on the wrong side of the roadway on Highway 299 bypass near the Ellis Road. Officers made contact with the operator, 50-year-old male of Brantley. Investigation resulted in the vehicle operator arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol. Saturday morning at 2:33 a.m., officers received a call of an unauthorized use of a motor vehicle on Ray Street. Upon arrival, officers made contact with a 21-year-old male from Albertville. While officers were talking to the male subject, they could detect the odor of marijuana coming from his person. Investigation resulted in the arrest of the male subject for possession of marijuana, second degree, and possession of drug paraphernalia. The Opp Police Department reporting fake $100 bills being passed in Opp. On Friday, a male subject entered Caroline's number 4, located on Florella Highway, and presented and passed a counterfeit $100 bill to a cashier. On Saturday, the same male subject entered A.W. Heron on the Highway 84 East and presented and passed another counterfeit $100 bill to the cashier. On Monday, a male suspect was identified by looking at security camera footage from the listed stores. The suspect was located and taken to the police department where he was found to be in possession of controlled substance. The suspect confessed to the investigators to the two mentioned crimes. The suspect, a 31-year-old male from Jack, Alabama, was placed under arrest by investigators for 2 counts of possession of forged instrument in the first degree. 22nd Judicial Circuit Drug Task Force also charged the male suspect with possession of controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia. He was transported to the Covenant County Jail. The Opp Police Department reporting 4 in their jail. Andalusia Police Department reporting 4 in their jail. Covenant County Sheriff Department booked in 3. 1 failure to appear, 1 failure to appear, 2 counts, 1 sentence. 13 released, 212 in the Covenant County Jail.
Meredith's Miracles Cookies with Characters tryouts will be held on the following dates: Tuesday from 4 to 8 p.m., Wednesday from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m., Monday, January the 14th from 4 to 8 p.m., Tuesday, January the 15th from 4 to 8 p.m., and Wednesday, January the 16th from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. You only have to come to one of the auditions. Ages 8th grade and up. Tryout location is the old Ansley Place building on 1214 East 3 Knott Street. If you have any questions, call or text Kylie Spears at 334-427-5322.
Mike's at Mizell. Please join us Thursday. Spaghetti and garlic bread plate, $10 plate plus $1 for the drink. Tickets to be purchased in advance at the switchboard. Dine in or carry out 5 o'clock until 7 p.m. Proceeds to remodel Mike's at Mizell's dining room. Dennis Holmes will be ministering in song at the Southside Baptist Church, West Bypass in Andalusia, Thursday night, 7 p.m. The admission is free.
There will be a blood cancer benefit auction on January 12th at 7 p.m. at J&J Auction House. Please come out and join us for good deals while we raise money to help Gary Roberts with his fight against myelodysplasia blood cancer. All proceeds will aid in Gary's medical costs and loss of income. Let's rally together and show Gary and his family that they are not alone in this fight. For more information, contact Tina at 488-7229. Or to make donations, you can contact Sandy at jackson.sandra67@yahoo.com. Or to find out if you can be a donor for somebody, go to
Long newscast.
www.bethematch.org.
An audition will be held for the Missoula
Almost 5
Children's
minutes and
Theater production
funerals.
of The Pied Piper on Monday, February the 4th at the Opp High School Auditorium.
A little over 6 minutes local.
To 5:30 p.m.
Well, that's pretty good
Those
stuff.
auditioning should arrive at 3:15 p.m. and plan to stay for the full 2 hours. Some of the cast members will be asked to stay for a rehearsal.
Might better get Jeannie out here, hadn't I? Well,
that would be a good idea. 50 to 60 roles are available.
I wonder she hadn't already called me.
It is. You probably need to wait till. No advanced preparation is
get up.
necessary. Probably need to wait till. Most students rehearse
About 10
approximately
o'clock.
4 hours and 15 minutes each day, Monday through Friday.
I'll tell her that. I was like, Jason, I shouldn't call you for it.
At the High School Auditorium. For more
All right, you gotta get started.
334-343-0287.
Over the years, technology has changed many times. It's better, it's more efficient, and your touch-tone energy partner has stayed on top of the changes
kinda
to serve
laid
you
low.
better. But one thing we haven't
Other than
changed is
her
our commitment to customer service.
political,
Today's
democratic
technology is bigger and better than ever before, and our promise of reliable electric service remains strong. Technology has changed, but our commitment to customer service hasn't.
Radical.
Arc City Utilities, your local touchstone energy cooperative.
On-the-go lifestyles call for on-the-go solutions. And the Southern Independent Bank mobile app is just that. Check account balances, pay bills, make deposits, and a lot more. All from the convenience of your mobile device. It's anytime banking from anywhere. Download the SIB mobile app from your app store today to get started.
Yeah, login to be a good mayor.
Up in Andalusia, the power of independence. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
The next area game for the Bobcats basketball team will be Friday as they go on the road to Geneva.
Charles Lewis would be a good
girls
mayor.
Varsity.
Oh, he'd be outstanding.
4:30. The Parks and Recreation baseball,
And the butt will stop
softball,
there.
and T-ball registration.
You're right.
Starting Monday through Friday, January the 25th.
And the thing is, if he done it, he wouldn't do it for try back the career out of it.
No, he'd
It'd
do
be
it
4
one time
years.
and be done.
Baseball, T-ball must be 5 before or
I could
on
easily support him.
April the 30th, 2019. Softball, T-ball must be 5 before or on August the 31st,
Becky's got a lot to do this year.
2019.
If she
Upwards
can pull off some of the
Recreation
things,
Office, 1000 Calvert
we want her to do this
Road,
year.
I'll just tell you what I've heard,
Phone
and that is that she ain't done nothing since she's been there. They ain't got no new
Mrs.
businesses.
Gary Young will be offering a basic
And
cheer
when-
clinic
When
starting
you're dating
this
somebody like she
Monday.
is, you ought to be
This
getting
class will
something.
be offered to any 6th, 7th, and 8th
That's
grade
what
girl
people say.
who's
You know,
interested
they don't
in working
understand
on
it takes
jumps,
time to get things
motion,
done.
dance, and cheer.
Ain't done overnight.
This is a great review before the
If
Op
she just
Middle
got a huddle
School
house
cheer tryout
out on that
begins.
bypass, there'd be a
This
lot of
clinic
people
will be
happy
free
about
to our
that.
students, and it's an awesome opportunity for anyone interested in cheerleading.
We got to
Anyone
get the service
interested in
station
the
deal
basic cheer clinic,
come
sign
through,
up
and
at
it's
the front
getting
office
close.
of the Op Middle School. Cancer-Free's 5K
It's gonna be locally
run
done.
will be Saturday, February the 2nd, 9 a.m. at Lake Jackson in Florella. $30 entry fee. Meet at the amphitheater at 8:45.
I believe
Race
those
begins at 9 a.m.
guys at SID
After
that
the
organize a
race at the
little
amphitheater.
organization to
To
help
register online,
local
go to
business. She's going to support Shane and
register.conatrack.com.
Scotty on the deal.
The 2019 Alpine School Boosters Banquet is
And they all know it
Thursday,
won't pay no money at
February
first,
14th
but
at 7 p.m. at
long
Alpine
term it
School
will.
Multipurpose Room. A steak dinner and a
But
chance to win
it's the backbone for
$5,000.
bypass.
Get your banquet ticket from a Booster Club officer. $100 donation, a meal for two, a chance for
They're getting close.
$5,000.
And Shane said the thing about it adds to his gas supply. That more volume he has, better.
The 18th annual
He gets a better price, and also if they get into allotments again, it helps them allotments.
Speaker Dan Preachers.
We would like to
Get
invite
rationing
y'all
gas
to our
again.
annual
Well, he's got a high
ball game.
allotment.
This is a free
He got all
event
these off
for
them
the entire
Mickey's.
family. There will be door prizes.
Mickey never did run out when it
rifle,
was
Western
being
Pulse
rationed that time.
speakers, some local singers, several vendors set up for you to enjoy.
But he also has some
Doors
good
open at 5
contracts,
o'clock.
like the
Everyone
city
is
and
invited.
schools and
Look
all
forward
that.
to seeing you there.
And their priority. And their priority.
That's Dateline Action News.
Yeah, Mickey called me out here and said, "You don't worry about it. You'll get gas anytime. You don't have to get it at my place, but you'll get gas."
Do you hate going to the pharmacy? Does your pharmacy
That's a guy I
have you in
miss
the
on
corner
Mickey.
frustrated and fed up?
And him had a lot of good old bull
Come on
sessions
to
in his
TNC
office.
Pharmacy, where your prescriptions will be filled in minutes, not hours. We have a convenient drive-through. We offer competitive prices on cash prescriptions and accept most insurance plans. TNC Pharmacy, your hometown pharmacy, where you won't be at the corner of headaches. And how long is this going to take? GNC Pharmacy, 101 Parish Avenue. Call us at 493-4517.
The owners and staff of the Woodmore want to invite everyone in the Off and surrounding area to come by and see what assisted living is all about. With extra clean facilities, wonderful home cooking, and around-the-clock staffing, the Woodmore is a place that anyone would love to call home. It's also a place that family members and friends will enjoy coming by to visit, talk, and spend time. Whether it's in the back sunroom, the den or dining area, or strolling around the walking trail or pond, you and your family will always feel comfortable and welcome. That's what taking care of our seniors is all about. So give Donna a call at the Woodmore, 493-2721.
I'm Rod Tanner. This morning we expect a sunny Wednesday with a high 58. It'll be clear and cold overnight with a low 33. Thursday should be sunny, our high 53. It'll be clear and colder Thursday night with a low 31. Friday will finish the week with a mostly sunny day and a high 54. Heading into the weekend, Friday night, it'll be mostly sunny with a low 41. There's a 5 in 10 chance for shower activity Saturday. It'll be cloudy, our high 61. There's a 2 in 10 chance of rain on Sunday. It'll be mostly sunny with a high of 60. Again, today should be sunny, our high 58, and that's the latest Lower Alabama weather here on WOPP.
And my drop box is going slow today. I don't know why.
Slow.
I don't know why. I wanted to play this right here, and now it finally got over there where it would. Now let's wake it up and see that it'll work. It finally woke up. Let's see, 48 is our low this morning. Ha 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 ha. No, it's not.
Done dropped.
Done dropped. It is now 47 is our low this morning.
Right.
47 is our low this morning. The winds are from the southeast, maybe a mile. Much cooler for the day, by the way. The official sunrise at 6:46. The official sunset at 5 p.m. And it's 0 chance of rain today and tonight and tomorrow. 0, it says.
0 chance.
It's usually they're going to leave a 10% there somewhere, but they 0.
I kind of like the sunny and cold.
Sunny and cold.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't had much taste of it.
As long as I can have a coat on, I'm good.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm not like you.
Well, I mean, I keep you kind of abreast for it anyway. I mean, you stay prepared for cold weather because of me.
Well, that's every day I walk in here.
Hey, it's only 65 in here this morning.
Well, that's cold to me.
Well, that feels great, man.
Well, it's tolerable.
Tolerable. He's over there with a jacket on, and I'm over with a T-shirt on.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly right.
Oh.
And it's zipped up, too.
Oh, I'm bad to wear these Rattlesnake Rodeo T-shirts then, or either these JR T-shirts.
Yeah.
I love them, man.
Them Randy Griffin T-shirts.
Yeah. They feel good. I mean, laid back.
Good shirts.
Yeah, I like them. Oh, well, we got to go to news. This is WOPP in Alabama.
Townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason.
WOPP.
Day of the partial government shutdown,
Good straight.
President Trump
With me.
will hold another meeting with congressional leaders and a big
You'll regret it, not me.
standoff over border security funding.
Especially if you wanted it.
In an address from the Oval Office, the president said every American has a role to play in stopping the flow of drugs and criminals into the country. Mr. Trump urging all citizens to
call Congress and tell them to finally, after all of these decades, secure our border.
And the president says a wall is a crucial part of securing the border. He says it's an issue that
I like to switch over from to steel.
Between right and wrong.
Switch over to what?
Steel wall.
Injustice. This is about whether we fulfill our sacred duty to the
steel
American
workers
citizens we serve.
Working, and
while they
also
have supported a border barrier in
United
years
Steel, one of the
past,
biggest Democrats.
do not support
Union.
it now. House
Yeah,
Majority
that's
Leader
smart
Nancy
move on him.
Pelosi calling
An
it
expensive and
I guarantee you, U.S. Steel will start
Pelosi and
pushing
Senate
the
Minority Leader
Democrats.
Chuck Schumer pressing the president to sign legislation fully reopening the government
Real smart.
before negotiating border security. The parents of a Florida teen killed when a Tesla sedan crashed and caught fire last year is suing the electric car company. They allege the battery pack on its electric Model S is defective and can spark intense fires. In a statement, the company writes that unfortunately no car could have withstood a high-speed crash of this kind. Financial markets here at home and abroad rallying as U.S. and Chinese envoys wrap up 3 days of talks designed to end their prolonged tariff war. But no official word on how the negotiations went, but apparently the markets are optimistic. Right now on Wall Street, Dow futures about 69 points higher. S&P futures better by 6. And NASDAQ futures currently up 23.5 points. More on these stories at Town Hall.
Get ready for a huge Sunbelt showdown this Thursday as Troy women's basketball takes on Little Rock. Tip-off is at 6, and it'll be dollar night with dollar tickets, hot dogs, soft drinks, and popcorn. Grab a few bucks because concessions are cash only. And then back at Trojan Arena on Saturday at 2 as the ladies take on Arkansas State. Dollar night on Thursday at 6, and another huge conference matchup on Saturday at 2. Get your tickets now at TroyTrojans.com/tickets. Troy women's basketball.
With SRN Sports, I'm Ron DeWatcher. Sergei Ibaka delivered the winning dunk with 17 seconds remaining and added a big rebound to help the Raptors secure a 104-101 win over the Hawks. Raptors guard Kyle Lowry says teammate Kawhi Leonard had another strong game with 31 points.
31 with 6 assists, you know, that's the stuff that we're going to need from him because he commands such attention on the floor that, you know, he's going to be able to get double teamed. He's going to be able to find guys, and we just got to make shots for him.
Pacers hand the Cavaliers their 10th straight loss. 76ers beat the Wizards, get their 4th straight win, and 7 out of the last 9. Nuggets beat the Heat 103-99. Nikola Jokic with his 4th triple-double of the season. T-Wolves give new coach Ryan Saunders his first win. They beat the Thunder. Klay Thompson with 43 points, and Suns beat the Kings. Warriors beat the Knicks, and the Clippers beat the Hornets. This is SRN Sports.
The American Legion Post 157, Highway 29 North in Gant is open Tuesday through Saturday, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Tuesday through Thursday, 1 o'clock on Friday and Saturday, until, don't forget, pool tournament every Thursday night, karaoke every Friday and Saturday night, free pool Tuesday and Thursday, and we have bar snacks. At the American Legion, drop in and say hi to Jeannie. At the American Legion, Post 157, Highway 29 in Ghent.
Let's power savings. It's a simple formula. To save more, just use less. For energy savings, keep your thermostat at 78 degrees in the summer and 68 degrees in
I was over at Davis Catfish during the weekend, and Bill came up and said, put me down for that Christmas tree next year already.
This message from Covington Electric Cooperative. We value your
He said, don't lose that.
We value you.
I told him, I said, I'd be glad to share it the way of. He said, okay.
David's Catfish House, 1842 East 3 Notch Street, Highway 29 North in Andalusia, where the catfish are farm-raised in Yazoo, Mississippi. Go to David's 11 to 2, Tuesday through Friday, and get a lunch basket filled with fish strips, shrimp, or chicken. That includes a hush puppy and one of the following slaw, french fries, or cheese grits. That's David's Catfish House, all you can eat catfish and shrimp.
David's Catfish House says go Bobcats and go Trojan.
Why does Hardee's make biscuits from scratch? That's like asking why clowns scare people. Because it's what we were born to do, and because it makes them delicious. We were also born to let you choose from our bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, sausage and egg biscuit, or Frisco breakfast sandwich, and mix and match any 2 of these for only $4. That's right, as newborns, we came up with this 2 for $4 mix and match idea and started making delicious biscuits from scratch. Talk about proud parents.
Hardee's because it tastes better.
Offer available for a limited time during regular breakfast hours at participating Hardee's restaurants. Price of participation may vary. Tax on it.
Today we salute you, Mr. Really Big Golf Club Maker. You gave golfers what we really need. A sweet spot the size of a compact car.
Sweet like candy.
Thanks to you, we're no longer slicing the ball 200 yards into the woods. We're slicing it 300 yards into the woods. So crack open an ice cold Bud Light. Oh, tighten up the titanium.
Mr. Really Big Golf Club Maker.
Bud Light beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Distributed by Horn Beverage Company, Donna Horn, Sam Zipper, and Jim Booty Bruce. Banquet Friday, February the 22nd. The 18th annual I Know Baptist Church Wild Game Banquet. Friday, February the 22nd. Speaker Dan Preachers.
We would like to invite y'all to our annual Wild Game Banquet. This is a free event for the entire family. There will be door prizes, including several rifles, Weston Clark, more speakers, some local singers, several vendors set up for you to enjoy. Doors open at 5 o'clock. Everyone is invited. Look forward to seeing you there.
This is Rob Fowler, service manager at J.M. Jackson Buick Chevrolet. At
J.M. Jackson, we pride ourselves on providing excellent service after the sale. That is why we're the #1 ranked dealer for customer satisfaction in our region. We provide your vehicle with the highest quality GM parts to help keep your vehicle safe and to help protect your huge investment in an automobile. We have fully factory trained technicians to help diagnose and fix the problem right the first time. So come join us at J.M. Jackson and find out why our sales and service department are ranked #1 in customer satisfaction.
Here's your Bug LA weather. I'm Rod Tanner. This morning we expect a sunny Wednesday with a high 58. It'll be clear and cold overnight with a low 33. Thursday should be sunny, our high 53. It'll be clear and colder Thursday night with a low 31. Friday will finish the week with a mostly sunny day and a high 54. Heading into the weekend, Friday night it'll be mostly sunny with a low 41. There's a 5 in 10 chance for shower activity Saturday. It'll be cloudy, our high 61. There's a 2 in 10 chance of rain on Sunday. It'll be mostly sunny with a high of 60. Again, today should be sunny, our high 58, and that's the latest Lower Alabama weather here on WOPP.
47 is our low this morning. The official sunrise this morning at 6:46. It will set at 5 o'clock this evening. 0 chance of rain. The winds are from the southeast. Much cooler than yesterday. And wait till tomorrow. Oh, yeah. And the 30 is for tomorrow morning. Right now it's only 47 degrees here at the studios of WOPP. Boy, I'm ready for it. Aren't you ready for it? I'm ready for it.
I'll be ready for it.
I'm ready for it. Come on. Bring her on down, man. Bring it down.
I'll be ready for it.
Yeah. Be ready. Be ready for it.
That's right.
I didn't catch the president's speech last night. I was asleep. I'm having some issues and with my legs and all
We've
that.
done that for years.
Yeah,
We've got issues, but
I can live.
I
with
watched
this.
it. I thought the president did a good job and stuck with the script, and I thought he laid out his plan pretty well, what he wanted to do. And of course, then CBS, NBC, all of them gave Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer equal time, and even though I don't know when that's ever been done before, but they demanded equal time. And of course, they went on and rebutted, said the wall was unnecessary, even though, you know, just a couple of years ago, Chuck Schumer was talking about how effective a wall would be, and Nancy Pelosi spent a lot more money than that was willing a few years ago to spend a lot more money than what the president's asking for border security. And the only reason they flip-flop is because they don't like the president.
That's exactly.
It has nothing to do
other than these illegals. Illegals vote Democrat too.
Right. And
they shouldn't be able to vote.
You can turn over to Fox News, and of course they are more supportive of the president's agenda, and so it's a partisan thing. That's all it is. It's the Democrats don't like who the president is, and they're not going to approve of anything that he wants to do.
Well, the social media is really making monkeys out of the Democrat. The kids aren't. The kids have turned it into a joke. And how?
Well, I mean, to me, and I heard it. I didn't come up with it, but it was. They said that Pelosi and Schumer looked like a Saturday Night Live skit when they came on.
That's where the kids. That's why the kids jumped on it.
And it was just. I mean, and you just knew what they were going to say, and of course they belittle the president. And
but I'm glad to know that the kids caught on this. I'm scared of our kids being all the way they think. You know, they're a little liberal more than I am. But they really jumped on criticizing the way they look. Like I said, they tried to do a Saturday night,
and
it didn't work. It backfired on them.
You know, I hope I see things about people leaving the Democratic Party in droves because of the liberal side of it, how it's kind of taken over, and I hope that's true. I hope it's true. You know,
did you see that?
I'm kind of partisan myself, I guess.
Former President Carter in his remarks.
I did not. No.
You get Franklin Graham, don't you, on his Facebook?
No.
You don't get it? I posted on mine. You need to read it.
Okay.
It really. Carter's definitely a Democrat.
He is, and he's gotten involved in a very liberal church, and has made some comments.
And he changed the Bible too.
Yeah, if two people really love each other, then it shouldn't be. It's not a sin, and it doesn't matter. Gender doesn't matter, but so he's gotten, pretty liberal in his older years.
I would say pretty liberal. I would say that.
Well, he's always been kind of leaning in that direction.
Yeah. You reckon Martin appreciates our picture we put him on Facebook with him being part of the Rattlesnake Rodeo?
I hope so. I think he needed to be on there.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the young kid. That's about what I remember him up at the little restaurant downtown, singing and picking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in the early days of Four Sons.
You reckon he's got a proud mama?
I'm sure he does. And proud mama watches us a lot too.
Yeah, Liz is probably very proud. I know I'm proud of him. Every time I do have him on Facebook. Every time I see him play or do something.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're proud of him by all means, and I got to talk to him in a couple of days. See if he'll do something. Oh, we need a favor out of him.
Oh, a favor.
Well, that's the name of the game, ain't it?
Well, I hope so.
I mean, we all try to do a favor here and there.
We try to do some good things.
Have you been to Disneyland lately?
Not lately.
Well, do you know what the one-day, one-park ticket is now?
Well, it used to be $100 a person, but I don't know what it is now.
104.
104, so it went up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was probably about 96 or something like that when I went before.
The least, that's a one-day. Oh, that's in May. The 104. The rest of the time is 109.
109. Well, yeah, it was kind of funny. We've kind of alluded to it before.
Mm-hmm.
My children love Disney,
Mm-hmm.
and my girls have been more than I have. They go whenever they can, which isn't all the time. It isn't every year, but at least every 2 or 3 years they try to go. And they were talking about, in fact, one of my daughters has something on her phone, an app or something that lets her know about wait times and all. And one day, the wait times, they had to close the park at 11 o'clock because it was already full. And wait times for rides were like 4 or 5 hours.
Pay that kind of price and then
And you spend all your day in a line, That's why we walk. And then when I find something that's got a short line, I say, let's go try this.
Let's go and try that one.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't lost nothing there.
Well, I love going. I hate the trip down there, but now I love going to Disney.
Went down before they opened it in the tunnels and got to visit the tunnel. It's all operated on the tunnels.
Yeah.
And you got a golf cart rides through, well, something like a golf cart. And all your electronic stuff is on the ceiling. And it's amazing. So I had the pleasure of doing that years ago. Just about a year before they opened.
A year before they opened.
Had to do all the infrastructure first.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
And
that's kind of nice.
Well, Mr. Jones has some connection, so we got to go down there. Do you want to look at Murphy laws of computers, or you want to look at signs you bought a bad car?
Well, it doesn't matter.
I'll give you Murphy's law.
Murphy's law.
And I'll let you have time to look over it while I do the cars.
Okay. All right.
Signs you bought a bad car.
All right. Hit us with it.
Your tinted windows are also known as healthy garbage bags. The car reaches an optimum speed when you're going downhill. The high-tech stereo system often requires a new needle. Oh, gosh. That's a bad car, isn't it? A needle. That's getting way back. The rear view mirror says objects in the mirror are better than this piece of junk. Ooh. The odometer on the dashboard is not as sophisticated as the everyday Arrakis. Traffic watch warns other drivers what highway you're taking. Ooh, that's bad. The sticker on the windshield says batteries not included. That's bad. You fill your tank with unleaded coal. You may have bought a bad car. You only go to restaurants that offer valet pushing. Valet pushing. I like that. When you approach a hitchhiker, they put their thumbs down. You may have bought a bad car.
May have bought a
May
bad
have
car.
bought
May have bought a bad car.
May have.
That's right. Murphy's laws of computers, and you've experienced some of these before.
I probably fit every dang on one of them.
Yeah, well, when computing, whatever happens, act as if you meant it to happen.
Oh, yeah, I'm a whiz, baby.
When you get to the point where you really understand your computer, your computer's probably obsolete.
Oh, yeah, that's a fact.
Well, that's only a couple of days or weeks.
That's proven here.
Yeah. The first place to look for information is in the section of the manual where you least expect to find it.
You mean they come with a manual? I didn't know they had a manual.
Who wants to read the manual?
That's a waste of time.
When the going gets tough, upgrade.
Oh.
For every action, there is an equal and opposite malfunction.
That's a fact.
That's true. He who laughs last probably made a backup.
Boy, that's something I've learned here.
Yeah. If at first you do not succeed, blame your computer. The number one cause of computer problems is
the operator.
Computer solutions.
Oh, computer solutions.
And a computer program will always do what you tell it to do, but rarely what you want it to do.
Ooh, because you tell it the wrong way. That's
probably so.
Well, that's like Google. You can find anything in the world on Google if you put it in the way that it thinks, not the way you think. I've had problems with that sometimes. I'll be trying to Google something, blah, 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 and I'll say, Shannon, I've tried this, blah, blah, blah. Can you go? And she puts it another way, and there it is.
That does have a lot to do with it. And my dad has one of those things you can talk into at your house and say, Google, play this or that. And you have to say, it listens for certain keywords. So you have to say certain keywords to get it to do it. Took him a little while to get it, but now he likes it. He can tell it to play some Righteous Brothers or something like that, or one of his old gospel songs, and it'll start playing them, buddy. He likes that.
He likes that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
How about this new thing they got for senior citizens? You can tell it and it'll hook up the video to you. They got it. What's it called? I can't think what they can call it. Paul, something. But it's something for it's in house.
Yeah.
And it's got a and all the person has to do is tell it, I want Jay, and like your dad, I want Jay, and it'll pop up there at your camera and all. And you start talking back and forth.
I have seen that. I don't remember what it's
I want to know
called.
more about that.
Yeah.
I could, one of the things I thought about, if it's economical, boy, that'd be an easy way to do a remote studio.
Yeah, it would.
Ooh.
It would be kind of easy to do that. And I know some people that have smart homes. They turn light switches off with their phone, on and off with their phone. They adjust their temperature with their phone.
That's getting way ahead of me.
Yeah, way ahead of me too.
I do want to go into that voice control stuff though, where I can tell it. I like to install some of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I can handle that part, but finding the right little thing to click, nah, I'm in trouble. If there's not an icon, we in trouble.
Well, yeah, that's true. Technology is scary. The older you get, the scarier it gets. You know, especially if you don't stay up with it real well.
When you got a truck and a phone and a TV smarter than you are, the world is really getting bad.
Well,
I've got all three.
Yeah,
all three smarter than I am.
Well, I'm just like you. There are things that my television will do, but it only does it when my kids are around because I don't know how to make it do it. And I posted something one time on Facebook, and somebody said, "I wish you'd make that public where I could share it." And Emily, my daughter, comes on and types in, "Dad doesn't know how to make it."
They don't know how to share public. Oh yeah.
But she taught me how. She showed me.
We're technology challenged.
Yeah, we are. We're technologically challenged.
Oh.
I can do what I do, and that's about all I can do. If it comes to something new, I'm just not very good at it.
You saw this in education. The new kids coming out teaching, they're highly tech, aren't they? They're going in the teaching world.
They can do.
They got to be though.
Yeah, they've got to. They can do a lot of things. A lot of education is turning toward computers and all. There are schools now that no longer have textbooks. Everything's on a laptop or on a computer, and the textbooks are on the computers or laptops. And
it's cheaper overall with the school system.
Well, initially it's not, but in the long run it is. The upgrade, you don't have a bunch of old books when it's time to upgrade. You know, I can remember teaching out of books, that history books that were, you know, like 10, 12, 15 years old. Well, a lot of stuff in there is way obsolete, and so you have to do a lot of upgrading on your own. And I started before they had computers in schools, so it was kind of difficult to upgrade some of that stuff.
I noticed the young ones, the kindergartens and the first and second grade, they got a lot of high tech. They do things on the wall electronically. That's unreal.
Yeah, teachers have what they call smart boards now. They can project things on the wall. They can actually sit at their desk on the computer screen and write things, and it shows up on the board, you know, for the kids to see.
No more chalkboard.
No more chalk.
No,
the chalk is not able, you know, just about no more dry erase. If you've got a smart board, you don't have to have it, because you can take a marker that's made for a smart board and write on the board. And it shows up, but it's not dry erase. It just shows up, and then you can take a little device that looks like an eraser and erase it off. I mean, it's kind of neat. We had started. I was able to get all of those for all my classrooms before I left Sampson's.
Yeah. So the modern teacher is highly tech too.
Oh yeah,
have to be.
They have to be. They certainly are.
So is that one of the reasons so many teachers are taking the ops at 25 and years and 30? I mean, because they don't want to have to get into the new wave.
Well, a lot of things have changed in education. They have.
And it's hard for an old bird to learn.
And you know, there are a lot of people, and I'm one of them, that believe if they just leave teachers alone and let them teach, they do a whole lot better. But there's so many regulations and rules, and as you mentioned, computers. I mean, they have to have computer knowledge now, because you know, attendance is done on the computer. Even though you keep a grade book, it's all still done on a computer. But most teachers, you know, have that grade book. That's their backup, I guess.
I remember Buddy Pyring telling us, this is some time ago, I mean, this is many years ago. He had 3 teachers. That's when they were doing the roll on the computer and sending it back to the office.
I know.
And he had 3 teachers that absolutely refused to do it, so he had to send somebody from the office to get it and load it. But they had so many years, he said there wasn't much he could do about it. But they were not willing to learn the new way.
Well, and it's not hard, but it's scary to some people, you know. And you know what? It doesn't make it necessarily better.
No.
Because it's technology. And a lot of teachers, I think, and a lot of people, and I think, you know, technology isn't always good.
Well, example, when current goes off, internet goes down, you can't buy groceries, you can't get nothing at the drugstore, you're dead in the water. You're dead in the water.
So you're at the mercy of whatever technology you've gotten accustomed to. And
in a certain way, we are here.
And we lose a lot. You know, somebody posted on Facebook that thing, you know, about adding numbers, and none of it comes out right. and it was, you know, I think 5 plus 8. What does that equal? Well, according to all the other tabulations that were made, it wouldn't equal 13. And I just wrote on there, I don't like the new math, and for me, 8 plus 5 is always going to be 13. Period. And that's the way. I don't.
Hey, okay, I finished in '69, and I was taking algebra in '67 or '6, somewhere in there. And I wouldn't do it the way they wanted me to do it, but I came up with the answer. And the teacher and I had a round about that. So I had to go to Mr. Nolan. Guess who won? I did.
Well, Mr. Nolan won. I know.
Because he said the answer is the answer no matter how you get it.
That's right. Well,
I believe that's true.
And I've had to deal with teachers before, with students that absolutely they were smart enough to figure a problem out without writing it down.
Oh yeah.
And would give the answer, and it would just infuriate the teacher. Well, how did you write it? show me where you got that. And he said, well, I got it in my head. They didn't like it. They wanted him to show his work, but he was just an incredibly intelligent young man that could sit there and when they write the problem on the board, he could tell them what the answer was. He didn't have to work it out.
Well, that's like group numbers. I can come up with rough estimates in a hurry with group numbers, just looking at them.
Yeah.
I round them off, and I know you do the same thing. And yeah. And we do that with our music here. I mean, we have to round off each hour. It's been tough for Shannon to learn how to round off.
Well, but she's working on it.
Getting there.
She's a good person.
She's getting there. She does. I have to remind myself that she's not radio, and I'm totally radio. So,
well, I mean, you've only been doing it for what, 50 years?
Oh, close in since 69. So we're approaching it, aren't we? You get that whole page.
All right, front and back.
And you got 3 on this one, so you have to hand me the old ones back.
Okay.
I printed on the back side. I didn't mean to. But at least we got it.
Well, at least we got it. That's right.
And the other one still came in the mail.
That's all right.
That's right.
We can make do.
Now I know how to get it.
Today is Wednesday, January the 9th, 2019. We want to say happy birthday to some famous folk. Tyree Brown is an actor from Parenthood, is 15. Karis Dorsey, an actress and a singer, is 21. She was in the movie Moneyball. Nina Dobrev is an actress, was in The Vampire Diaries. She is 30. Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge, is married to Prince William. She is royalty, and she is 37 today. A.J. McLean is a singer with the Backstreet Boys, is 41. Angela Bettis is an actress in the movie Girl Interrupted, and is 46. Joey Lauren Adams, an actress and director, was in the movie Mallrats, is 51. Dave Matthews, a singer and a musician with the Dave Matthews Band, is 52 today. Steve Harrell is a singer with the group Smash Mouth. He is 52 also. David Costable is an actor from Breaking Bad, is 52. Joey Richardson, an actress born, or a movie, was in The Patriot, was in the movie The Patriot, is 54 today. Imelda Staunton is an actress, was in the Harry Potter films, is 63. J.K. Simmons, an actor from the Academy Award winner Whiplash, he is 64. Crystal Gale, country and western singer, Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue. Crystal is 68 today. John Doman is an actor. He is in the TV show Gotham in 74. Jimmy Page, a guitarist with Led Zeppelin. He is 75. A little song called Stairway to Heaven. What are you talking about? Jimmy Page, 75. Joan Baez is a singer and a political activist. The night they drove Old Dixie down, she performed at Woodstock. She's 78 today. Bart Starr, he is a National Football League Hall of Famer. Green Bay Packers.
How old, Bart?
85.
You know, I don't know what I had the pleasure of dining with him. What? The Alabama broadcasters. He and his wife, just, man, you're talking about outstanding hour there. I wish I had a recorder going.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Judith Krantz is an author. She wrote the book Scruples. Scruples. And she is 91 today. She's an author, born in 1928. Happy birthday to all of our celebrities.
And those going on. Bill Cosell, the singing group The Cowsills, would have been he'd been 71, passed away in 06. Jimmy Boyd, the singer of I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, would have been 80, passed away in 09. Somebody shot him. Susanna York, the actress from They Shoot Horses, Don't They? Speaking of shooting, would have been 80, passed away in 2011. Bob Denver, Gilligan Island, the Many Loves of Dobie Gillis, would have been 84, passed away in 05. Dick Unberg, the NBC sportscaster, would have been 84, passed away in 2017. From Nano Lamas, the singer-actor, 104 he would have been. He passed away at 82. Richard M. Nixon, the 37th U.S. President, would have been 106, passed away in 94. Gypsy Rose Lee, the actress, dancer, stripper, would have been 108, passed away in 70. George Blanchett, the ballet star, the Nutcracker. He would have been 115, passed away in 83. And Dame Gracie Fields, the comedian, would have been 121, passed away in 79. And I was going to mention one other thing in the morning show. I didn't see what happened with Sears yesterday. They had a big hearing, federal courts and all, whether they survived it or not. I would think that would have been in the news this morning, but speculation is going go under.
Well, I knew that they were still closing a lot of places down.
Yeah. So that's part of 9-year history.
It
Sears,
sure
man.
is, man.
Sears.
That Sears Roebuck catalog.
Mhm.
Man, I used to love thumbing through that Christmas edition.
Oh yeah, man.
But they didn't change with the times.
That's exactly what got them, no doubt. Man, that's terrible. But anyway, I'm going to look that up somewhere today because I like to know what happened to Sears. The one didn't make the news, and it may make the financial news. I was not paying attention when I played it this morning, financial news.
I didn't.
That would be a big financial thing.
Yeah.
We got to go to news, speaking of news, and let's go to Washington, D.C.
Speaking of the news.
Yes.
I'm Rich Thomason. Following last night's Oval Office address in which President Trump referred to a crisis on the southern border.
A crisis of the heart and a crisis of the soul.
Today, the president heads up to Capitol Hill.
With roughly 1/4 of the federal government closed over a border wall funding dispute, the president will take his message to Republican senators at their weekly luncheon. He made a public case with his Oval Office speech, and he'll try to keep the support of GOP lawmakers. The president argues that there are serious national security.
As Mr. Trump will hold more talks with a bipartisan group of lawmakers this afternoon before he pays a visit to the U.S.-Mexico border tomorrow.
Somebody texted his birthday is line was busy when I tried to call. I want to get it in for 7:30. You don't get it in a month ahead of time, it ain't going to be in the drawing, honey.
Jeremy House says that's a word from Justice Department insiders.
According to the officials,
What was that Sally Dozier
ensure a
sent?
smooth transition for
She sent a
incoming
message
nominee
wanting
Bill
to
Barr and plans to
asking you
transition out of the job in
about
the coming
hunting
weeks.
accident.
About a hunting
Our
accident.
Senate
Have you heard
confirmation
anything
hearing
about it?
begins January 15th, meaning a confirmation vote would take place in
I know the
February
preacher.
at the earliest. If confirmed, Barr would then oversee the special counsel's Russia investigation.
An investigation that President Trump has often referred to as a witch hunt. In what's viewed as a positive
Star didn't have it this
financial
morning.
markets, U.S. and
They
Chinese
followed it, I
envoys
think.
attacked an extra day onto their 2 days of trade talks in Beijing. And while there's been no official
Yeah, I checked
assessment
Whale, he
of
didn't
how
have
the
it.
talks went, the markets are encouraged. Overseas markets rose, and this morning on Wall Street, futures pointing to a higher open. Right now, Dow
It's that
futures
side of
are
the
up
county,
about
so they've
80
got better
points.
sourcing.
Blue chips
I
at
mean,
23,824. S&P
the sheriff office gets dead
6.5
now.
points higher.
He'll
The
have the
Nasdaq
change.
futures currently up 23 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Let's switch out. Well, that sounded pretty good, I reckon. Wake up.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to want to do that, but
Wake up.
computer, wake up!
Sleeping the life away.
That's what the computer was doing, sleeping. Anyway, CCB time is 7:35. Time for you to drop by CCB here in Op, meet our local staff, talk over our local community activities, talk over your banking needs, member FDIC. Good morning, I'm Robert Booth.
I'm Jay Michael.
For Dateline Action News, brought to you by
Farmers IGA,
Southern Independent Bank,
TNC Pharmacy,
The Woodmore,
Mizell Memorial Hospital,
Covington Eye Care,
JR's Lawnmower Shop,
and Hotties.
The official retail numbers. Retail numbers for November are in, and it looks like good news for brick and mortar stores.
Yeah.
Sales tax revenue up for in-store purchases and online purchases from this time last year. It has a lot to do with a lot of pre-Christmas sales and Black Friday sales, said Melissa Warnke with the Alabama Retail Association. According to numbers released by the Alabama Department of Revenue for the month of November, sales tax revenues for in-store purchases was up 4%. Online purchases also increased by 75%. The Alabama Retail Association says there is a reason for this. This is the first November and first holiday season Alabama has been able to enforce online sales tax collections. That means a huge stream of revenue for the state.
Absolutely in favor of it.
And then they want more for a gas tax, too.
Of course. You gotta have it. 4 cents coming. Several people have been reported as injured as a result of a multi-vehicle crash in Otago County. According to the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency, 5 people were reported injured as a result of a 3-vehicle crash on U.S. Highway 31. According to the ALA spokesperson, Corporal Jess Thornton, the crash happened about 2200 block of US 31, and they have not filed an updated report on that accident as of this moment.
Larry P. Langford, a well-known political figure in Birmingham, Fairfield, and Jefferson County, has passed away. The former Birmingham mayor, known as much for his corruption trial as he is for his career in politics, was 72 years old. He began making a name for himself in the mid-'70s when he became one of the first African-American TV reporters in Birmingham. He was known for his aggressive reporting, flamboyant style, and humor. His popularity launched his successful run for the Birmingham City Council in 1977. After a term as a councilman, he went on to become the mayor of Fairfield in 1988. He ran for and was elected to a seat on the Jefferson County Commission in 2002, and he was elected as mayor of Birmingham in 2007. Langford's days as mayor were numbered as investigators began taking a hard look at the county's bond swaps. Those deals eventually led to Langford's conviction of bribery, conspiracy, and fraud. After the conviction in late 2009, Langford was sentenced to 15 years in federal prison. He entered a federal facility in Kentucky in 2010.
The Alabama Public Service Commission on Tuesday announced yet another tax cut for the consumers, eliminating a tax on landline telephone service. The Pacific tax that was cut provided funding for the state dual-party relay system, which was created by legislation in 1988. Cutting the tax will not end the system. This comes from the PSC in 2018 announced major breaks for Alabama Power and Sprint customers across the state in conjunction with President Donald Trump's tax cuts. The PSC currently collects 15 cents per month for each telephone line, which equals to $1.80 each year for the consumer. Over time, the fund has stockpiled sufficient funds, that is, to continue to provide funding for the essential service for a minimum of 8 years. As a result, the Commission has voted to eliminate the collection of this tax.
Okay. Dothan City leadership, leader officials are making progress to clean up a 10,000-acre lot off Linden Street after it was discovered the soil is contaminated. Tuesday, a public meeting was held to discuss the cleanup efforts and what's next in the process. The lot was once an electrical substation, and it says 10,000-acre lot.
That's a big lot. That's a big lot.
That's a big lot. Surely that's not right. But anyway, the lot was once an electrical substation, and high levels of arsenic were found in the soil. Now the city's hoping to clean the area and put it to good use. During Tuesday's public meeting, consultants walked through what it'll take to clean up the area, which will include removing and replacing the current soil on the lot. The city is applying for an EPA grant requesting $300,000, which they plan to match at 20%, either monetarily or through resources provided. If the grant is not approved, well, there's a business that wants to expand there, but the city expects to find out if they're going to be awarded the grant by this coming October.
Probably a 10-acre, to be honest.
It would seem a little bit, but it says 10,000.
It can't be no 10,000. 10,000 acres might cover Dothan. Speaking of Dothan, a controlled burn is being conducted on the north trail head of the Forever Wild Trails. State Forever Wild staff will be burning Storm Dervish from Hurricane Michael with the help of the Dothan Fire Department. The burn is expected to be finished by the end of the week. The trail will remain open during this burn, but if you're headed towards Dothan and see smoke in the air, that is what's going on, plus possibility of that place too.
And they're doing road work on the circle.
On the circle, we had that on yesterday.
Yeah, you can expect some
Delays, especially morning appointments.
If you come in there by Krispy Kreme and take a right, you're going to get down to one-lane traffic, and it's going to move slow.
In other words, You'd actually, if you're heading to the hospital and all that, you'd be better to go straight through Dothan.
Probably be better to go straight through.
In fact, I got where I go straight through anyway.
Well, if I'm going to the
90%.
hospital, we were going to Southern Bone and Joint, which we still should have gone straight through, but we made it in time.
This is just advising you folks, because a lot of folks have to go over there.
That's right.
I know some people right now goes every day because of treatments. Yeah.
Well, if you have to go that way, you
better.
In for some delays, leave early.
Check your time. It is now 7:42 here at WOPP.
Friendly staff at Covington Eye Care would like to thank all of you for your continued time and ability to care for you and your family.
Oh, one of those days. One of those days.
It's going to be a good day. I hope.
Every day of your life is a good day.
Eye diseases. We are pleased to now offer many surgical procedures as we partner with Dr. Brent McKinley, board-certified cataract surgeon.
We carry the newest styles of Costa Del Mar and Maui Jim sunglasses for all your summer fun. We also have an extensive line of frames to meet the needs of those on a budget, as well as those looking for Nike or the popular Coach line. And hey, Jack, we even carry the Duck Commander line.
For the contact lens wearers, we have the most comfortable brands, and for those who want to change it up a bit, we now offer the brand New Air Optics Color Contacts.
So call us today at 493-6600 to set up your next appointment, or visit us at 604 North Main Street in Opp to give us an opportunity to meet all your eye care needs.
Why does Hardee's make biscuits from scratch? That's like asking why clowns scare people. Because it's what we were born to do, and because it makes them delicious. We were also born to let you choose from our bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, sausage and egg biscuit, or Frisco breakfast sandwich, and mix and match any two of these for only $4. That's right, as newborns, we came up with this 2 for $4 mix and match idea and started making delicious biscuits from scratch. Talk about proud parents.
Hardee's because it tastes better.
Offer available for a limited time during regular breakfast hours at participating Hardee's restaurants. Price and participation may vary, tax not included.
Ruth Viola McCathan, age 88, of Simmonese, passed away Sunday at her residence. Funeral services will be held at 11 a.m. at the Pleasant Home Baptist Church. The family will receive friends 9:30 until 11 a.m. service time at the church. Ruth Viola McCathan is survived by husband Miles McCathan, a son Wayne Earl and Helen McCathan, a daughter Sherry Jean and Bill Hanners, 4 grandchildren and 6 great-grandchildren. James David Carson, age 65, Call Brett Ballard. formerly of Andalusia, passed away Sunday. Survived by brother Rhett Carson and sister Sylvia Fink. Funeral services for James David Carson will be at 1 p.m. from the Evans Funeral Home. Visitation will be 1 hour before services. Stephen Kenneth Johnson, age 65, of Dozier, passed away Sunday in Pensacola, Florida. Funeral services will be held 2 p.m. at the Cahey Funeral Home in Chapel. Burial will be at the Elizabeth Primitive Hey, fella. Church Cemetery in McKenzie.
Do you have right on your computer some commercials that need to be running, or do you want to come out here and tell me the ones to get rid of? We're down to only one I feel safe about.
Brandon and Crystal Johnson, Stephen Ivy Johnson.
You got one that's talking about interest, but it talked about it when it's old. The interest thing's got, loan, L-O, yeah, the loan thing, because we've had so many interest increase. It talks about the first one that popped up. Now we've had 4 interest increase since that ad was cut. So I killed it.
Visitation will begin at 9 a.m. at the funeral home. What was the last one I sent? Something to do with Stacey Evans McVeigh, survived by wife Kathy.
Yeah, but I've got some. There's a good one in there that we hadn't run in a while. Is the ID. Be sure about your ID.
Mike Solger. That's fine. Caden King. Sons and daughter-in-law. Evan and Summer McVeigh. Avery and Brooke.
I got one I'm running, and
8 grandchildren.
mobile out. Mobile out.
Will and Bridget McVeigh. Sisters and brother-in-law.
The loans is one I really. I decided not to run it anymore. It didn't sound right.
Sister-in-law Kim Odom Rowland. Husband Charles. Brother-in-law Mark.
Okay.
Walter Lee Perkins, age 83, of Andalusia.
Or sometime when you got time to come out here, we'll go through all I got and we'll delete only the ones you want kept, and that the way we put it in the folder and pull them back up anytime.
Burial will be at the Andalusia Memorial
Okay.
Cemetery. The family will receive friends from 5 o'clock to 8 p.m. at the Cahey Funeral Home in
I know. And you say, is everything okay with the sound guy? Got him down to 10,000 instead of 10.5. And then I think we.
Jamie and Bobby Perkins,
Sandra Lee
Yeah,
Mike
yeah,
Little,
yeah.
5 grandchildren.
It was 10-5.
Yeah, 10-5, and Pam believes that there's a bunch of rooms we've been getting, and she said that some of it's been for sound men or stage people. So I said, well, if we've been doing it, then we want to continue doing it. 2 rooms.
Daughter Carol A.
I'd love to got him down another 500, but you know, it is what it is.
5 grandchildren.
John Paul says it's fair if we brought somebody else in to be that or more.
White Funeral Home, 4 o'clock until 5:30 Thursday.
All right, I feel okay without that, and I think we're through with artists. I've got one other thing to do is see if Martin will play on Sunday. If he will, that'll alleviate the other problem. But we can recycle the local people anyway, so they all know that they may play 2 days. They've been told that. Yeah. I think we're setting fine on entertainment, man. And well, they can cancel up to 30 days before the show. You know that. It ain't a thing we can do. Within 30, they have to pay. We get to keep some money. But anyway, we get all our money back at the council anyway. But I mean, I think it will. I don't see where any of them will cancel. I mean, they're both getting some action right now, but I think we got the kid on Saturday is really going to be really hot by the time the rodeo gets here.
I think so too.
More and more people are recognizing his name and all, and recognize him on TV and video now.
Funerals are added to our local news as soon as possible after
All right.
receiving them from the funeral home.
Let's have lunch one day.
Posted daily on the WOPP.
About the only time I hadn't had lunch, but at lunch I've had it one day in 2 weeks. And you know, lunch is my favorite time.
I mean, I have not been to lunch since October 3rd. I have here, we pretty much closed the con house, so I've been going home and taking a nap now, basically. So, but yeah, I'm getting where I can.
Okay, well, me too. Yeah, I've been having to go home because of these legs and all, but I think we're on the right treatment now. So hopefully, I feel better today than I felt in a long time. Yeah, I need to, man. All right, have a good one, son. We're out. We just need to get together one day at lunch and talk about a lot of things, politics included. Okay, man. Take it easy, man. Bye-bye.
Compassion to the communities we serve. We have knowledgeable physicians and exceptional staff who work hard every day to address the needs of our patients. We provide a range of services like our senior behavioral care unit, sleep center, emergency department, or wellness center. Mizell Memorial Hospital has been a part of the community for over 60 years and is committed to quality and compassion. We are proud to be your community hospital. Mizell Memorial Hospital, every day making a difference.
On-the-go lifestyles call for on-the-go solutions. And the Southern Independent Bank mobile app is just that. Check account balances, pay bills, make deposits, and a lot more. All from the convenience of your mobile device. It's anytime banking from anywhere. Download the SIB mobile app from your app store today to get started. Southern Independent Bank, Opp and Andalusia, the power of independence. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
The Martin Luther King Jr. annual march is all about educating children, according to Jackie Ingram, one of the organizers. Every year, a group of residents organizes a march to commemorate the life work of slain civil rights leader Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. This year, the event is set for 10 a.m. on Monday, January the 21st, the National King holiday. We usually go to the New Hope Church or the St. James Church and talk a little bit to the kids about the march. We talk about where we come from and why we march. This year's featured speakers at the church will be Reverend Hines, Pastor Joe Smith Jr., Reverend Lawrence, and other ministers. The city of Florella will also have 2 Martin Luther King Jr. programs, one on Sunday, January the 20th, at the Church of God in Christ at 5 p.m., and a march on Monday, January the 21st, at Carver Community Center of Florella at 11 a.m.
It's time for the annual Low Country Boil scheduled for Friday, January the 18th in the First Presbyterian Church Fellowship Hall located at 223 South 3 Knott Street, across from the Andalusia Public Library. From 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., you can dine in or take out a bountiful meal of boiled Gulf shrimp, sausage, corn on the cob, and potatoes, along with slaw, bread, dessert, and drink. All of this for a very low price of $20 per plate, and no cleanup on your part is involved. Tickets are available in the church office Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m. For more information, contact the church at 334-222-5352.
The Opp Police Department reporting on Saturday around 1:05 a.m. Officers conducted a traffic stop on a 1998 Nissan Frontier for a driver on the wrong side of the roadway on Highway 299 bypass near the Ellis Road. Officers made contact with the operator, 50-year-old male of Brantley. Investigation resulted in the vehicle operator arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol. Saturday morning at 2:33 a.m., officers received a call of an unauthorized use of a motor vehicle on Ray Street. Upon arrival, officers made contact with a 21-year-old male from Albertville. While officers were talking to the male subject, they could detect the odor of marijuana coming from his person. Investigation resulted in the arrest of the male subject for possession of marijuana, second degree, and possession of drug paraphernalia. The Opp Police Department reporting fake $100 bills being passed in Opp. On Friday, a male subject entered Caroline's number 4, located on Florella Highway, and presented and passed a counterfeit $100 bill to a cashier. On Saturday, the same male subject entered A.W. Heron on the Highway 84 East and presented and passed another counterfeit $100 bill to the cashier. On Monday, a male suspect was identified by looking at security camera footage from the listed stores. The suspect was located and taken to the police department, where he was found to be in possession of controlled substance. The suspect confessed to the investigators to the two mentioned crimes. The suspect, a 31-year-old male from Jack, Alabama, was placed under arrest by investigators for 2 counts of possession of forged instrument in the first degree. 22nd Judicial Circuit Drug Task Force also charged the male suspect with possession of controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia. He was transported to the Covington County Jail. The Opp Police Department reporting 4 in their jail. Andalusia Police Department reporting 4 in their jail. Covington County Sheriff Department booked in 3. 1 failure to appear, 1 failure to appear, 2 counts, 1 sentence. 13 released, 212 in the Covington County Jail.
Meredith's Miracles Cookies with Characters tryouts will be held on the following dates: Tuesday from 4 to 8 p.m., Wednesday from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m., Monday, January the 14th from 4 to 8 p.m., Tuesday, January the 15th from 4 to 8 p.m., and Wednesday, January the 16th from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. You only have to come to one of the auditions. Ages 8th grade and up. Tryout location is the old Ansley Place building on 1214 East 3 Knott Street. If you have any questions, call or text Kylie Spears at 334-427-5322.
Mike's at Mizell. Please join us Thursday. Spaghetti and garlic bread plate, $10 plate plus $1 for the drink. Tickets to be purchased in advance at the switchboard. Dine in or carry out, 5 o'clock until 7 p.m. Proceeds to remodel Mike's at Mizell's dining room. Dennis Holmes will be ministering in song at the Southside Baptist Church, West Bypass in Andalusia, Thursday night, 7 p.m. The admission is free.
There will be a blood cancer benefit auction on January 12th at 7 p.m. at J&J Auction House. Please come out and join us for good deals while we raise money to help Gary Roberts with his fight against myelodysplasia blood cancer. All proceeds will aid in Gary's medical costs and loss of income. Let's rally together and show Gary and his family that they are not alone in this fight. For more information, contact Tina at 488-7229, or to make donations, you can contact Sandy at jackson.sandra67@yahoo.com, or to find out if you can be a donor for somebody, go to www.bethematch.org.
An audition will be held for the Missoula Children's Theater production of The Pied Piper on Monday, February the 4th at the Opp High School Auditorium from 3:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Those auditioning should arrive at 3:15 p.m. and plan to stay for the full 2 hours. Some of the cast members will be asked to stay for a rehearsal immediately following the audition. Approximately 50 to 60 roles are available for local students. All students grades 1 through 12 are encouraged to audition. No advanced preparation is necessary. Just bring a smile. Most students rehearse approximately 4 hours and 15 minutes each day, Monday through Friday. Public performance is scheduled for Friday, February the 8th at the Opp High School Auditorium. For more information, contact Jeannie Loggins at 334-343-0287.
Do you hate going to the pharmacy? Does your pharmacy have you at the corner of frustrated and fed up? Then get out of line and come on over to TNC Pharmacy, where your prescriptions will be filled in minutes, not hours. We have a convenient drive-through. We offer competitive prices on cash prescriptions and accept most insurance plans. TNC Pharmacy, your hometown pharmacy, where you won't be at the corner of headaches. And how long is this going to take? TNC Pharmacy, 101 Parish Avenue. Call us at 493-4517.
This week's specials at the Farmers IGA. Fresh whole Boston butts, $1.18 a pound. USDA boneless New York strip steaks, $4.99 a pound. Fresh fryer drumsticks or thighs, 77 cents a pound. Star-Kissed tuna, 5-ounce can, 4 for $3. Arm & Hammer laundry detergent, 150 ounces, $5.99. Sparkle paper towels, 6 big rolls, $5.88. Pepsi, Mountain Dew, and Dr. Pepper, 12-pack cans, 3 for $10. Genuine Idaho baking potatoes, 2 pounds for $1.
Shop your hometown proud Farmers IGA in Lamar Plaza. Savings plus service equals IGA.
One of the biggest questions facing Alabama and the good old USA is, what will happen to our aging population? The Woodmore on Highway 331 North wants to be a small part of the answer. We're an assisted living facility with an emphasis on assisted. One of the things Americans cherish most is our independence, but as we age, sometimes a little help is needed. If you have any questions with how assisted living works, call the Woodmore at 493-2721 or come by for a visit. We'd love to show you around.
Check with Woodmore on rehab or temporary care. 1 day, 1 week, or 1 month. Woodmore, we care.
LA weather, I'm Rod Tanner. For this morning, we expect a sunny Wednesday with a high 58. It'll be clear and cold overnight with a low 33. Thursday should be sunny, our high 53. It'll be clear and colder Thursday night with a low 31. Friday will finish the week with a mostly sunny day on a high 54. Heading into the weekend, Friday night, it'll be mostly sunny with a low 41. There's a 5 or 10 chance for shower activity Saturday. It'll be cloudy, our high 61. There's a 2 in 10 chance of rain on Sunday. It'll be mostly sunny with a high of 60. Again, today should be sunny, our high 58, and that's the latest lower Alabama weather here on WOPP.
Hey, 48's our, 47, yeah, 47. It was 48 when I came in at 5 o'clock this morning, and then it dropped another degree. So 47 is our low this morning. The official sunrise at 6:46. The official sunset at 5 p.m. Winds are from the southeast, what little they might be. Much cooler for the day. 50 degrees and sunny skies here at the studios of WOPP. Hey, we're out of time for getting birthday in before the SRN News. We'll come after the SRN News. Seems like we're doing that all the time here lately. But anyway, we got to go to Washington, D.C. for the very latest in world news here on WOPP in Alabama.
townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Following last night's Oval Office address in which President Trump referred to a crisis on the southern border.
A crisis of the heart and a crisis of the soul.
Today, the president heads up to Capitol Hill.
With roughly 1/4 of the federal government closed over a border wall funding dispute, the president will take his message to Republican senators at their weekly luncheon. He made a public case with his Oval Office speech, and he'll try to keep the support of GOP lawmakers. The president argues that there are serious national security and humanitarian concerns at the border, and that Congress should approve money to build a wall.
White House correspondent Greg Clugston says Mr. Trump will hold more talks with a bipartisan group of lawmakers this afternoon before he pays a visit to the U.S.-Mexico border tomorrow. Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein reportedly planning to leave the Justice Department after a new Attorney General is confirmed. Correspondent Jeremy House says that's a word from Justice Department insiders.
According to the officials, Rosenstein wants to ensure a smooth transition for incoming nominee Bill Barr and plans to transition out of the job in the coming weeks. Barr's Senate confirmation hearing begins January 15th, meaning a confirmation vote would take place in mid-February at the earliest. If confirmed, Barr would then oversee the special counsel's Russia investigation.
An investigation that President Trump has often referred to as a witch hunt. In what's viewed as a positive sign by the financial markets, U.S. and Chinese envoys attacked an extra day onto their 2 days of trade talks in Beijing. And while there's been no official assessment of how the talks went, the markets are encouraged. Overseas markets rose, and this morning on Wall Street, futures pointing to a higher open. Right now, Dow futures are up about 80 points, with the blue chips at 23,824. S&P futures 6.5 points higher, and NASDAQ futures currently up 23 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Maybe you're frustrated today. I want to give you some ways to deal with the frustrations in your life. Number one, ask yourself, did I cause it? We're often frustrated by things in life because we bring them on ourselves. Number two, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? There are many bad things in the world, but all things work together for good to them that love God, who are called according to his purpose. So use irritation as an opportunity to become more like Jesus. And then number three, thank God in the situation. That is so important. Be thankful. Frustration may be a blessing in disguise. And then number four, ask God to fill you with his love. Love is self-giving, not self-serving. We get irritated because we think everybody and everything has to revolve around us. But love concentrates on God and on others. Jesus faced constant frustrations, but he always made time, first of all, for his Heavenly Father, and then for other people. And we need to follow in his footsteps. And that, my friend, is something to think about. I'm Gary Miller, pastor of Westview Baptist Church in Opp.
There's things that my dad used to do when I was growing up. When I walked out the door, he would say, "Do you have gas in the car and a quarter to call if you need me?" Now, it's time to take care of my dad.
At Comfort Care Hospice, we consider it an honor to care for those with life-limiting illness. We care for their physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual needs, enhancing their quality of life and your peace of mind. And because we're based in your community, we can be by your side when you need us, day or night. Comfort Care, the right hospice, right here.
With SRN Sports, I'm Ron DeRostra. Checking out the hardwood last night, Pacers beat the Cavaliers 123-115, handing the Cavs their 10th straight loss. 76ers beat the Wizards 132-115. Rookie Landry Shamet made 8 3-pointers, scoring 29 points, both career highs for him. Says he's happy to be a member of the team.
As a rookie, and they kind of, they're hard on me from the coaches, my teammates, everybody expects something of me. And I love kind of having that sense of responsibility to try to, be better, be my best every night. But it's just been, I landed in a great situation. I couldn't have, been in a better spot.
Timberwolves give new coach Ryan Saunders his first win. They beat the Thunder. Nuggets over the Heat. Raptors beat the Hawks. It was the Suns beating the Kings. Warriors over the Knicks, and the Clippers beat the Charlotte Hornets. Final score there, 128-109. This is SRN Sports.
Happy birthday, baby. Oh, I love you so. 16 candles. Happy anniversary. Happy birthday, darling.
Good morning and welcome to the WOPP birthday party for Wednesday, January 9th, 2019. Brought to you by The Sweet Shop, located inside the Farmers IGA in Lamar Plaza. Let's say good morning and happy birthday to Larry Crutchfield. Also, Angela Lowry celebrates today. Francis Sperlin gets a candle on the cake. Sherry Williams, happy birthday to you. Also, Judy Atkins, Bianca White, Heather Migliasio, also Dallas Wingard, Bude White celebrates today. Also, Kevin Everett, Lucas Worley gets a candle on the cake. Sarah Bradley, happy birthday to you. Steve Johnson gets a birthday wish today. Curtis Fitzpatrick is on the list. Also, Heath White, and birthday wishes for Emily Kaiser. Let's check in with Robert and see who's on his list, and I'll be back with a winner in a moment.
Hey, John Luke Lawrence is 5 years old today. Curtis Fitzpatrick has a birthday today. Faye Fonador, I believe you had, with a birthday today. Michaela Jowers. Skylar Henley is 24 today. Albert King is 27. Lucas Worley, 21. I don't know if this is Howard or Lisa. I think it's Lisa. Hall with a birthday today, 56. Lynn Christian with a birthday. Casey Hayes, 27. Judy Atkins is 75. Francis Sperlin is, 78. You don't look at a bidet, honey. Catherine Maley is 43. And Sherry Williams celebrating a birthday today. I believe that gets them all.
The IGA Sweet Shop offers custom cakes handmade to order birthday and anniversary cakes, as well as cakes for other special occasions like teen parties and team parties. Call in your orders ahead of time at 493-9805. That's at the IGA Sweet Shop inside Farmers IGA in Lamar Plaza.
Let's say happy birthday and congratulations to our birthday party winner for the day, Lucas Worley. Happy birthday, Lucas. Hope you have a great birthday today. And be sure you swing by the radio station during our lobby hours, 6 until 10 in the mornings or 2 until 5 in the afternoons, and grab that coupon to get your free birthday cake from your friends at the Sweet Shop inside the Farmers IGA in Lamar Plaza, and your friends right here at your community radio station, WOPP.
Caroline's Country Stores, Highway 84 East, Highway 134 at the county line, and in Antioch. Open 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday until 6 on Sunday. Off-road diesel. Feed bins at 134 in Antioch, Copper Kittle at County Line, Hunt's Pizzas at County Line at 134, and U-Hauls at Carolina Country Store, Highway 84 East. That's where you'll find the Case 9s. Caroline Country Store number 4 is now open. Highway 331 South, 5 a.m. until 9 p.m. and until 11 p.m. on weekends. And they have kerosene. Caroline's Country Store.
I was never great at math, but at Hardee's, it's simple. $4 gets you 2 breakfast sandwiches. Grab a delicious biscuit, a Frisco breakfast sandwich, or a loaded omelet biscuit. That's 1 plus 1 more for $4. I'm no math whiz, but I just solved breakfast. Hardee's, because it tastes better. At Hardee's, we make our juicy, thick burgers the right way, with 100% black Angus beef and fire. We even figured out a way to weed out our less dedicated employees. Trader, burgers need fire! New Angus thick burger melts, only $3. Hardee's, because it tastes better.
Come and get the best donuts in the Wiregrass at the Op Donut Shop, featuring classic yeast glazed and designer donuts. Tired of the same old dry biscuits in the morning? Try their delicious breakfast sandwich made up of glazed or plain yeast roll with bacon or sausage, egg, and cheddar cheese. And don't forget the coffee. Their premium coffee is the best around. Plus, they have iced coffee, cappuccino, frappes, and soft drinks. For lunch, try a delicious BLT with your choice of cheeses. The Op Donut Shop, located at 112 West Covington Avenue, across from the Op Gun Shop. Call 493-0830 and order a dozen donuts today.
New hours. Now open Tuesday through Saturday, 6 a.m. until 2 p.m.
Here's your Weather Bug LA weather. I'm Rod Tanner. This morning, we expect a sunny Wednesday with a high 58. It'll be clear and cold overnight with a low 33. Thursday should be sunny, our high 53. It'll be clear and colder Thursday night with a low 31. Friday will finish the week with a mostly sunny day and a high 54. Heading into the weekend, Friday night, it'll be mostly cloudy with a low 41. There's a 5 or 10 chance for shower activity Saturday. It'll be cloudy, our high 61. There's a 2 in 10 chance of rain on Sunday. It'll be mostly cloudy with a high of 60. Again, today should be sunny, our high 58. That's the latest Lower Alabama weather here on WOPP.
Hey, 48 is our low this morning. The winds, well, they're from the southeast at 1 mile per hour. The official sunrise at 6:46. The official sunset at 5 p.m. Presently, 51 and sunny skies here at WOPP.
If I never wake in the morning, would she ever doubt the way I feel about her in my
And we got the latest from LBW today, along with Pearl.
If tomorrow never comes, will she know how much I love her? Did I try in every way to show her every day that she's my only one? And if my time on earth, she must face this problem loved ones in my life who never knew how much I loved them. Now I live with no regret that my true feelings for them never were revealed. So I made a promise to myself to say each day how much she means to me, and avoid that circumstance where there's no second chance to tell her how I feel. 'Cause if tomorrow never comes, will she know how much I love her? Did I try in every way to show her every day that she's my only one? And if my time on earth, she must face this world without me, is the love I gave her in the past gonna be enough to last if tomorrow never comes? So tell that someone that you love just what you're thinking of if tomorrow never comes.
Why does Hardee's make biscuits from scratch? That's like asking why clowns scare people. Because it's what we were born to do, and because it makes them delicious. We were also born to let you choose from our bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, sausage and egg biscuit, or Frisco breakfast sandwich, and mix and match any two of these for only $4. That's right, as newborns, we came up with this 2 for $4 mix and match idea and started making delicious biscuits from scratch. Talk about proud parents.
Hardee's, 'cause it tastes better.
Offer available for a limited time during regular breakfast hours at participating Hardee's restaurants. Price and participation may vary, tax not included.
At Mizell Wellness Center, we believe your greatest wealth is your health. The Wellness Center offers state-of-the-art cardiovascular and strength training equipment, fitness classes, racquetball court, and an indoor heated pool. Our staff consists of a certified athletic trainer, exercise technicians, and a massage therapist who are ready to assist you in achieving a healthy lifestyle. The indoor heated pool is also available for party rentals. Let your good health begin today. Contact the Mizell Wellness Center at 334-493-1730.
911 will not dispatch us. Be sure to call direct 493-0911. Dial 493-0911 direct for Opportunity EMS. Dial 493-0911 for local and out-of-town ambulance service from Opportunity EMS. Dial 493-0911, not 911, for emergency and non-emergency transport from Opportunity EMS. Locally owned and operated for over 20 years by Mr. Hayward and Allen. Opportunity EMS has wheelchair vans and their own record and maintenance service. You have a choice. Choose Opportunity EMS. Dial direct 493-0911. Opportunity EMS. 911 will not dispatch us. Be sure to call direct 493-0911. Have you got a small business and it seems like you're taking too much time on your bookwork, paying bills, making payroll, being sure taxes are paid, monthly reports, quarterly reports?
This is Elizabeth Bryan with Spurlin Accounting.
Let her and her staff do as little or all your bookkeeping. Spurlin Accounting can handle the large business or the small business bookkeeping and accounting. Phone Spurlin Accounting 493-3368.
Elizabeth reminds everyone, if you haven't filed income tax, you still need to.
Phone 504-1106 for Harper Appliances for warranty work and most commercial appliances and ice machines. For home or commercial electrical repair or installation, phone Harper Appliances 504-1106. Air conditioning and heat pump repair. At Harper Appliances, we don't just repair, we fix it the right way. Harper Appliances, phone 504-1106.
This is Trey Poole, and I want to invite everybody in the listening audience to be a part of Moments with the Master, 8:55, Monday through Friday, 1290 WOPP. We're excited about it and hope and pray you'll be a part of it too.
It's quite a feeling. Tell 'em one more time. Love, it's so appealing. Oh, now come this Friday night. What's gonna happen? Everything will be alright.
Hey, a little CCR this morning. Hey, does you good, does you good, doesn't it? Yeah, that kind of music does. 24 minutes now past 8 on a, Wednesday morning. Gee whiz, the week is flying, isn't it? Unreal how it flies. Let's see, looking at the menu at Mizell today. Now, you know they just had their big breakfast going on right now. The people from Brantley over there eating this morning. Gee whiz, that's okay. We invite you by anytime. And then the lunch today, they got the fried chicken, the hash brown casserole, the turnip greens, the barbecue pork sandwich, the vegetable beef soup. Oh, man. Just in case you want to look at tomorrow, we got beef brisket, roast potatoes, asparagus casserole, and mixed vegetables. Hey, they got the baked catfish coming up on Friday. You heard me right. Baked catfish, fries and coleslaw. Better for you. I like it fried. Chicken and pasta bowls, sugar and stout peas also will be served on Friday. Now, they got a big night tomorrow night at Mizell. It's Mike's at Mizell. Join them for spaghetti and garlic bread plate, $10, $1 for drink. Tickets can be purchased in advance at the switchboard. Dine in or carry out 5 o'clock until 7. Proceeds go to remodel Mike's at Mizell's dining room. Opportunity EMS, countywide ambulance service, quality care with a Christian attitude. 24-hour service. Mr. Hayward is doing it to it, man. Family keeps it operating. Mr. Hayward still out and about. Can't pick up the other end of the stretcher nowadays. Well, you know, when you're old as dirt, that happens. But he still can talk and still communicate and do the PR work. Opportunity EMS, local and out-of-town ambulance service, emergency and non-emergency. You got to call us. 911, don't like us. 493-0911. 493-0911. You have a choice. Choose Opportunity EMS. And I'm not going to forget J.M. Jackson Chevrolet Buick. No, I'm going to ride it the right way. And I'm going to buy it the right way, the J.M. Jackson way. Man, once you become their client, they take care of you. You will ride and ride, I guarantee you. It becomes the initial salesperson's responsibility to see that you stay happy. Of course, if the salesperson changes, they'll assign you to another salesperson. But right now, the certified sales consultants like Brad Booth, Tori Reisenhauer, Cody Hall, Jonathan Parrish, and Bobby Hall, and I'm sure there's some more new ones out there. They always coming and going, but these are your basic ones right now, along with the Laney brothers overseeing them all. And of course, you got Brock and Nolan. Brock makes sure everything's repaired in the shop, and Nolan makes sure all the warranty work is done. And Jay, well, he just kind of oversees the whole operation and makes sure you get the money when you need to purchase it. And of course, Johnny comes in and says, all right, boys, you're doing a good job. J.M. Jackson Chevrolet Buick. Buy it the right way, the J.M. Jackson way, right across the street from the airport. Caroline's Country Stores 1, 2, 3, and 4. One's on 84 East, where they have the U-Hauls. 2 is in Antioch, over there in Strong Community. 3 is on Highway 134 at the county line, where they have the Copper Kettle. And number 4 is the gas station on the Florella Highway. When you turn in and you see, about to get to the pump, you see the Caroline's Country Store number 4 printed right on the top. Real easy, yeah. And they keep the wicked hours there. They start at 5 in the morning, stay at 9, and they stay at 11 on weekends, while the other guys get to sleep to 6. They open at 6 and go to 7. And of course, great service. And if there's something you need to pick up at their store all the time, you let them know. If they don't have it, they will get it and have it at your convenience. That's what it's all about, serving our customers. Caroline's Country Stores 1, 2, and 3. Let's go to Washington, D.C. for the very latest in world news.
From townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Busy day ahead for President Trump, continuing to push for tougher border security, including a wall, while at the same time dealing with the partial government shutdown. Correspondent Wally Hines says later today, Mr. Trump will pay a visit to Capitol Hill.
The president plans to attend the Senate's weekly Republican luncheon to sell the idea of declaring a national emergency. With the shutdown now in its 3rd week and no sign of ending, a number of Republicans believe that provides the best way of ending the shutdown without appearing to buckle to Democrats. Others, though, are suggesting it runs the risk of triggering a nasty legal fight over the extent of presidential powers.
The president will also be hosting congressional leaders at the White House for more talks. In last night's nationwide address, Mr. Trump compared a border wall with other kinds of barriers.
Some have suggested a barrier is immoral. Then why do wealthy politicians build walls, fences, and gates around their homes? They don't build walls because they hate the people on the outside, but because they love the people on the inside.
Democrats who not that long ago supported a wall are now unconvinced, calling the president's proposed barrier
ineffective, unnecessary border wall.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, who, along with House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, delivered a Democrat response to the president's Oval Office address. Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein, the man who appointed Special Counsel Robert Mueller, reportedly planning to leave the Justice Department in the coming weeks after a new Attorney General is confirmed. Los Angeles public school teachers could strike for the first time in several decades. Their union says 35,000 teachers may walk off the job tomorrow in the absence of a deal on higher pay and smaller class sizes. Wall Street, Dow futures up 132 points, S&P futures 12 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Why does Hardee's make biscuits from scratch? That's like asking why clowns scare people. Because it's what we were born to do, and because it makes them delicious. We were also born to let you choose from our bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, sausage and egg biscuit, or Frisco breakfast sandwich, and mix and match any 2 of these for only $4. That's right, as newborns, we came up with this 2 for $4 mix and match idea and started making delicious biscuits from scratch. Talk about proud parents.
Hardee's because it tastes better.
Offer available for a limited time during regular breakfast hours at participating Hardee's restaurants. Price and participation may vary, tax not included.
Quicken Loans presents the Sports Flash, driven by Jeep on your hometown station, 1290 WOPP. Auburn corner Javaris Davis announcing on Twitter that he'll return to the Plains for his senior season. 2 seasons ago, he was a freshman All-American. Had 41 tackles this year with 2 interceptions. Safeties Daniel Thomas and Jeremiah Dinson are also returning to Auburn for their senior year. Auburn basketball back in action tonight to open up the SEC play, taking on the Ole Miss Rebels. Tigers ranked 12th in the nation. They're 11-2. Their only losses coming to both Duke and North Carolina State. Alabama on Tuesday, they lose to LSU in Baton Rouge 88-79 as they drop to 10-4. They trailed by
15 points at halftime. Kira Lewis had 15. Alex Reese with 12 points off the bench. Herbert Jones pitched in 10. Alabama had their 5-game win streak come to an end. They'll be facing Texas A&M on Saturday at Coleman Coliseum. It's the perfect time to bring out your very best, so hurry in for great deals now at the Jeep Start Something New event. I'm Tony Desiri on your hometown station, 1290 WOPP.
My name is Jay Jackson. I'm the general manager at J.M. Jackson Chevrolet. If it's been a while since you've been to see it, or you've never been to J.M. Jackson, I would like to personally invite you to come see us.
Back the right way, the J.M. Jackson way.
Carrie Lanning and Joey Lanning, sales managers.
While some things change, some things remain the same, like excellent customer service and treating you like family. Come see us at J.M. Jackson Chevrolet Buick. And remember, buy your car the right way, the J.M. Jackson way.
Mahindra presents the Race Flash. Powered by SB Nation Radio. JR Motorsports, with his Dale Jr.'s Xfinity Series team, announced its driver and crew lineups for its 4-car team. Number 7 Chevrolet will be driven by Justin Allgaier with crew chief Jason Burdett.
Morning, our
Barnett will drive the number
Washington
5
State.
Chevrolet with crew chief Travis Mack. And Noah Gregson will replace
Good morning, Rachel.
the number 1 Chevrolet, while Zane Smith will drive 8 races for JR Motorsports in the number 9 car. Goodyear tire testing this week at Auto Club Speedway, the first tire test of 2019, and will feature Martin Truex Jr., Joey Logano, and a Stewart Haas Racing driver that will be named later. And Toyota Gazoo Racing announced that World Endurance Championship drivers Fernando Alonso, Kamui Kobayashi, and Mike Conway will not compete in the 12 hours at Sebring. That's your Mahindra Race Flash. Powered by SB Nation Radio.
Brain's a complex network of cells where a stroke can happen. When it does, time lost is brain lost. That's why hospitals in Troy, Opp, Eufaula, Geneva, and Ozark have joined Southeast Alabama Medical Center to build the region's largest stroke network. Using telemedicine, local emergency rooms connect with stroke specialists to start advanced stroke treatment sooner. And if needed, you're transported to the certified primary stroke center at Southeast Alabama Medical Center. Saving time, saving lives. We're your stroke care network.
A woman has died in an accidental shooting during a hunting trip. With the news flash, I'm Trey Westerberg on your hometown radio station 1290 WOPP. Tallapoosa County authorities say 48-year-old Donna Doran of Cleveland in Blount County was killed Sunday morning near Dadeville. It appears someone was taking a rifle from a vehicle's backseat when it fired, hitting Doran. She died at the hospital. Monday night's college football playoff championship game drew the lowest ratings in its history. Clemson's blowout victory over Alabama drew a 14.6 overnight rating for ESPN across its multiple channel broadcast. Clemson won the game 44-16 in the fourth meeting between the two teams in the playoff. Authorities say a man has died in a shooting they believe to be accidental. Madison County deputies say 39-year-old Michael Stockberger suffered a gunshot wound to the chest Monday night. Deputies performed CPR and life-saving measures, but he died at the scene. With the news flash, I'm Trey Westerberg on your hometown radio station 1290 WOPP.
Mom! Hey, Mom! I caught one!
When Jimmy was young, he'd catch lightning bugs on those long summer nights. He was always amazed at the light they gave off. Today, Jimmy is still fascinated by light. He's a lineman for the local electric system. Linemen like Jimmy have served you for years. They've changed with the times. But one thing hasn't changed: our commitment to providing you with quality customer service.
Covington Electric Co-op, your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
CCB time is 8:36. Time for you to drop by CCB here at Opp, meet our local staff, talk over our local community activities, and talk over your banking needs. Member FDIC. This newscast is being brought to you by S&P Communications, J.M. Jackson, Farmers IGA, Power South, CCB Community Bank, Mizell Memorial Hospital, Hardee's, and the Woodmore.
Here in South Alabama. Call on Jay Sperling and staff for all your generator needs for your business or your home. The in-place generator or the portable generators. Don't be without power during or after the storm. Sale, installation, and service. Call S&P Communications, 493-6729. We know how to keep the lights on. Ruth Viola McCathan, age 88, of Simonees, passed away Sunday at her residence. Funeral services will be held at 11 a.m. at the Pleasant Home Baptist Church. The family will receive friends 9:30 until 11 a.m. service time at the church. Ruth Viola McCathan is survived by husband Miles McCathan, a son
Good morning, Ira.
Helen McCathan, a daughter
Washington
Sherry
State.
Jean and Bill
Wow.
Henners, 4 grandchildren and 6 great-grandchildren. James David Carson, age 65, of Montgomery, formerly of Andalusia, passed away Sunday. Survived by brother Rhett Carson and sister Sylvia Fink. Funeral services for James David Carson will be at 1 p.m. from the Evans Funeral Home. Visitation will be 1 hour before services. Stephen Kenny Kenneth Johnson, age 65, of Dozier, passed away Sunday at Pensacola, Florida. Funeral services will be held 2 p.m. at the Cahey Funeral Home in Chapel. Burial will be at the Elizabeth Primitive Baptist Church Cemetery in McKenzie. The family will receive friends 1 hour prior to services. Stephen Kenny Kenneth Johnson is survived by significant other Barbara Shoemaker, 3 children, Brandon and Crystal Johnson, Stephen Ivy Johnson, and April Johnson. 14 grand, 3 great-grandchildren, 2 brothers, Alan and Gabriella Johnson, and Victor Johnson. Stacy Evans McVeigh, age 49, of Andalusia, passed away Monday. Funeral services will be held at 10:30 Thursday from the Foreman Funeral Home in Chapel. Visitation will begin at 9 a.m. at the funeral home. Stacy Evans McVeigh is survived by wife Kathy Odom McVeigh, his mother Sheila Wells, grandmother Juanita Duncan, 2 daughters and son-in-law Leslie and Mike Solger, Caden King, sons and daughter-in-law Evans and Summer McVeigh, Avery and Brooke King, Ethan King, 8 grandchildren, brother and sister-in-law Will and Bridget McVeigh, sisters and brother-in-law Monica Robinson, Deborah and Marvin McInnes, Teresa and Kevin Watts, his father-in-law Jack Odom, sister-in-law Kim Odom Rowland, husband Charles, brother-in-law Marty Odom. Walter Lee Pop Perkins, age 83, of Andalusia, passed away Monday at the Andalusia Health. Funeral services will be held at 11 a.m. Thursday at the Andalusia Full Gospel Tabernacle Church. Burial will be at the Andalusia Memorial Cemetery. The family will receive friends from 5 o'clock until 8 p.m. at the Cahey Funeral Home in Chapel. Walter Lee Pop Perkins, survived by wife Virginia Perkins, his children Wesley and Nancy Perkins, Johnny and Jamie Perkins, Jamie and Bobby Perkins, Sandra and Mike Little, 5 grandchildren, 2 great-grandchildren. Make contributions to the AFGT's Take a Seat campaign. William Hanford Knox, known to many as Bill or Pop Bill, age 86, of Opp, passed away Monday at Mizell Memorial Hospital. Survived by his son William L. Knox, daughter Carol A. Ambrose, Deborah J. Cassidy, and Rebecca Knox, 5 grandchildren. Visitation will be held for William Hanford Knox White Funeral Home, 4 o'clock until 5:30 Thursday, with burial at a later date in Arlington National Cemetery. Donna Lynn Holscher, age 58, of Andalusia, passed away Friday at the Dothan Hospital. Memorial services for Donna Lynn Holscher will be held 4:20 Thursday at the First Baptist Church of Andalusia. Survived by her husband Richard Price, 3 children, Stephen Holscher, Ryan and Rosa Beltona, and Brianna Beltona, and Henry Hayes. 7 grandchildren, 3 great-grandchildren, 2 sisters, Sydney Watona and Michelle Harris. D.C. Reed Carter White, age 92, of Birmingham, passed away Monday at the UAB Hospital. Survived by daughter and son-in-law Charlotte and David Smith, son and daughter-in-law Charles and Sonia White, daughter-in-law Judy White, brothers Roy Carter, James Carter, and Robert Earl Carter. 5 grandchildren, 15 great-grandchildren. The family of Desi Ray Carter White will hold a private memorial service for her at a later date.
Funerals are added to our local news as soon as possible after receiving them from the funeral home. Funerals are also posted daily on the WOPP Facebook page.
This week's specials at the Farmers IGA. Fresh whole Boston butts, $1.18 a pound. USDA boneless New York strip steaks, $4.99 a pound. Fresh fryer drumsticks or thighs, 77 cents a pound. Starkist tuna, 5-ounce can, 4 for $3. Arm & Hammer laundry detergent, 150 ounces, $5.99. Sparkle paper towels, 6 big rolls, $5.88. Pepsi, Mountain Dew, and Dr. Pepper 12-pack cans, 3 for $10. Genuine Idaho baking potatoes, 2 pounds for $1.
Shop your hometown proud Farmers IGA in Lamar Plaza. Savings plus service equals IGA.
The Martin Luther King Jr. annual march is all about educating children, according to Jackie Ingram, one of the organizers. Every year, a group of residents organizes a march to commemorate the life work of slain civil rights leader Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. This year, the event is set for 10 a.m. on Monday, January the 21st, the National King holiday. We usually go to the New Hope Church or the St. James Church and talk a little bit to the kids about the march. We talk about where we come from and why we march. This year's featured speakers at the church will be Reverend Hines, Pastor Joe Smith Jr., Reverend Lawrence, and other ministers. The city of Florella will also have 2 Martin Luther King Jr. programs, one on Sunday, January the 20th, at the Church of God in Christ at 5 p.m., and a march on Monday, January the 21st, at Carver Community Center of Florella at 11 a.m.
It's time for the annual Low Country Boil scheduled for Friday, January the 18th in the First Presbyterian Church Fellowship Hall located at 223 South 3 Knott Street, across from the Andalusia Public Library. From 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., you can dine in or take out a bountiful meal of boiled Gulf shrimp, sausage, corn on the cob, and potatoes, along with slaw, bread, dessert, and drink. All of this for a very low price of $20 per plate, and no cleanup on your part is involved. Tickets are available in the church office Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m. For more information, contact the church at 334-222-5352.
The Police Department reporting on Saturday around 1:05 a.m. Officers conducted a traffic stop on a 1998 Nissan Frontier for a driver on the wrong side of the roadway on Highway 299 bypass near the Ellis Road. Officers made contact with the operator, 50-year-old male of Brantley. Investigation resulted in the vehicle operator arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol. Saturday morning at 2:33 a.m., officers received a call of an unauthorized use of a motor vehicle on Ray Street. Upon arrival, officers made contact with a 21-year-old male from Albertville. While officers were talking to the male subject, they could detect the odor of marijuana coming from his person. Investigation resulted in the arrest of the male subject for possession of marijuana, second degree, and possession of drug paraphernalia. The Police Department reporting fake $100 bills being passed in Op. On Friday, a male subject entered Caroline's number 4, located on Florella Highway, and presented and passed a counterfeit $100 bill to a cashier. On Saturday, the same male subject entered A.W. Heron on the Highway 84 East and presented and passed another counterfeit $100 bill to the cashier. On Monday, a male suspect was identified by looking at security camera footage from the listed stores. The suspect was located and taken to the police department, where he was found to be in possession of controlled substance. The suspect confessed to the investigators to the 2 mentioned crimes. The suspect, a 31-year-old male from Jack, Alabama, was placed under arrest by investigators for 2 counts of possession of forged instrument in the first degree. 22nd Judicial Circuit Drug Task Force also charged the male suspect with possession of controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia. He was transported to the Covenant County Jail. The Police Department reporting 4 in their jail. Andalusia Police Department reporting 4 in their jail. Covenant County Sheriff Department booked in 3. 1 failure to appear, 1 failure to appear, 2 counts, 1 sentence. 13 released, 212 in the Covenant County Jail.
Meredith's Miracles Cookies with Characters tryouts will be held on the following dates: Tuesday from 4 to 8 p.m., Wednesday from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m., Monday, January the 14th from 4 to 8 p.m., Tuesday, January the 15th from 4 to 8 p.m., and Wednesday, January the 16th from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. You only have to come to one of the auditions. Ages 8th grade and up. Tryout location is the old Ansley Place building on 1214 East 3 Knott Street. If you have any questions, call or text Kylie Spears at 334-427-5322.
Mike's at Mizell. Please join us Thursday. Spaghetti and garlic bread plate, $10 plate plus $1 for the drink. Tickets to be purchased in advance at the switchboard. Dine in or carry out, 5 o'clock until 7 p.m. Proceeds to remodel Bikes at Mizell's dining room. Dennis Holmes will be ministering in song at the Southside Baptist Church, West Bypass in Andalusia, Thursday night, 7 p.m. The admission is free.
There will be a blood cancer benefit auction on January 12th at 7 p.m. at J&J Auction House. Please come out and join us for good deals while we raise money to help Gary Roberts with his fight against myelodysplasia blood cancer. All proceeds will aid in Gary's medical costs and loss of income. Let's rally together and show Gary and his family that they are not alone in this fight. For more information, contact Tina at 488-7229. Or to make donations, you can contact Sandy at jackson.sandra67@yahoo.com. Or to find out if you can be a donor for somebody, go to www.bethematch.org.
An audition will be held for the Missoula Children's Theater production of The Pied Piper on Monday, February the 4th at the Opp High School Auditorium from 3:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Those auditioning should arrive at 3:15 p.m. and plan to stay for the full 2 hours. Some of the cast members will be asked to stay for a rehearsal immediately following the audition. Approximately 50 to 60 roles are available for local students. All students grades 1 through 12 are encouraged to audition. No advanced preparation is necessary, just bring a smile. Most students rehearse approximately 4 hours and 15 minutes each day, Monday through Friday. Public performance is scheduled for Friday, February the 8th at the Opp High School Auditorium. For more information, contact Jeannie Loggins at 334-343-0287.
Owners and staff of the Woodmore want to invite everyone in the Opp and surrounding area to come by and see what assisted living is all about. With extra clean facilities, wonderful home cooking, and around-the-clock staffing, the Woodmore is a place that anyone would love to call home. It's also a place that family members and friends will enjoy coming by to visit, talk, and spend time. Whether it's in the back sunroom, the den or dining area, or strolling around the walking trail or pond, you and your family will always feel comfortable and welcome. That's what taking care of our seniors is all about. So give Donna a call at the Woodmore, 493-2721.
The next area game for the Opp Bobcats basketball team will be Friday as they go on the road to Geneva, B-Team, girls varsity. First game tips off at 4:30. The Opp Parks and Recreation baseball, softball, and t-ball registration starting Monday through Friday, January the 25th. Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. until 12, 1 o'clock until 4. Registration fee, $35. Baseball, t-ball must be 5 before our own April the 30th, 2019. Softball, t-ball must be 5 before our own August the 31st, 2019. Opp Parks and Recreation Office, 1000 Kelman Road, next door to WOVP. Call 493-7970. Basic Cheer Clinic. Mrs. Carrie Young will be offering a basic cheer clinic starting this Monday. This class will be offered to any 6th, 7th, and 8th grade girl who's interested in working on jumps, motion, dance, and cheers. This is a great review before the Opp Middle School cheer tryout begins. This clinic is free to our students and is an awesome opportunity for anyone interested in cheerleading. Anyone interested in the basic cheer clinic, come sign up at the front office of the Opp Middle School. Cancer Free's 5K Walk Run will be Saturday, February the 2nd, 9 a.m. at Lake Jackson in Florello. $30 entry fee. Meet at the amphitheater at 8:45. Race begins at 9 a.m. Medals presented after the race at the amphitheater. To register online, go to register.conatrack.com. The 2019 Opp High School Boosters Banquet is Thursday, February the 14th at 7 p.m. at Opp Middle School Multipurpose Room. A steak dinner and a chance to win $5,000. Get your banquet ticket from a Booster Club officer. $100 donation, a meal for two, a chance for $5,000. Go Bobcats! The 18th annual I Know Baptist Church Wild Game Banquet, Friday, February the 22nd. Speaker Dan Preachers.
We would like to invite y'all to our annual Wild Game Banquet. This is a free event for the entire family. There will be door prizes, including several rifles, Weston Clarkmore speakers, some local singers, several vendors set up for you to enjoy. Doors open at 5 o'clock. Everyone is invited. Look forward to seeing you there.
That's Dateline Action News. Ops only, locally owned and operated news service. Hear it first on WOPP and repeat it later across town.
Hometown shopping just makes sense. This is your hometown.
Here's your weather bug, LA weather. I'm Rod Tanner. For this morning, we expect a sunny Wednesday with a high 58. It'll be clear
Hi,
and
now.
overnight with a low 33.
Gotta work the LBW and then you.
That's 53.
They got some new courses. They got some new courses going on.
Alrighty.
And they're paying.
Oh, we got a lot of talk about.
Yeah, okay.
It'll be cloudy, our high 61. 2-10 chance of rain on Sunday. Mostly cloudy with a high of 60. Again, today should be sunny, our high 58, and that's the latest lower Alabama weather here on WOPP.
Hey, 48, make that 47 is going to be our low this morning. The winds are from the southeast, maybe a mile. The official sunrise at 6:46. The official sunset at 5 p.m. Presently, sunny skies, 53 degrees here at WOPP. Nice having you in with us this morning.
Well, good morning again, my friends, and welcome back again to Moments with the Master. My name is Trey Poole. I am the minister of the gospel right here for the Op Church of Christ. It is so good to be with you today as we have a few moments to spend together in the Word of God. And we're going to go right back into our lesson that we started on Monday about the wonderful words of life. We're talking about the Bible. That's right, Robert. We are preaching about and on the Bible. What the Bible means to us and what it contains and leads us to. And today we're going to get to the heart of the matter. We're in 2 Timothy chapter 3. We're going to begin today at verse number 16 because we need to understand and know with all of the fibers of our being that the Bible is true, reliable, and dependable. In fact, your Bible will tell you in 2 Timothy chapter number 3 and verse number 16 these words. All Scripture. All Scripture. That's hard to not understand there. That's easy to understand. All Scripture. Every word, all Scripture is given by inspiration of God. All right, so this phrase, inspired of God or given by inspiration of God, it literally means God breathed. God breathed. God actually gave the writers of the Bible their message. And Robert, I love this scripture. It's found in 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 21. Notice what Peter writes here. Actually, we'll back up into verse 19 and get the whole thing here. Verse 19 of 2 Peter chapter 1. Peter writes, "And so we have the prophetic word confirmed, which you do well to heed as a light that shines in a dark place, until the day dawns and the morning star rises in your hearts. Knowing this first, that no prophecy of Scripture is of any private interpretation. That is, it did not originate with man." Verse 21, "For prophecy never came by the will of man, but holy men of God spoke as they were moved by the Holy Spirit." The Bible is true and reliable.
I'm almost at
Chapter 1, verse 16. Paul said, "I'm not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is the power of God
It's supposed to be good
unto
all day and night.
salvation."
Yeah, it's all
The,
day.
the local, it doesn't happen, so I guess check, nothing, no police department, nothing from the sheriff's department, nothing nowhere yet. And no funerals yet.
Reliable. As Paul
I
clearly
gotta talk to you
told
about
us
the
in 1
Lord
Corinthians
working in the
chapter
Lord's way.
11,
We were
verse
just talking
23,
about
he wrote, "For I received from the Lord that which I also delivered to you." Now, it doesn't get any more reliable and dependable
You're not tight,
than
you know that.
Hear him again.
It
"For I
happened
received
after
from the Lord
Fact.
that which I also delivered to you." In other words, Paul is saying, what I delivered to you,
Gary says I'm his
church
worldly
of
touch.
Corinthians, the Corinthian church,
I lived the world. I accepted Christ as a teenager, but in this business, I went the other way. I got back in touch about 8 years ago and slowly gotten stronger and stronger.
The Bible is
You know,
talking to
and I battle
us.
alcohol like everybody else. I'm a social alcoholic. I like to drink and run my mouth.
Yeah.
In fact,
I wouldn't hook because when I quit, I didn't have DTs, nothing like that. Dr. Crow and I, you know, he's a good friend too. That was 8 years ago, I reckon now. And I went a year and a half to drink a drop. And I said, well, drink 1 hour. And I go to all these social events and all that. It won't 1 hour. And I was doing that. And after council meeting on Monday nights, I left to go out to Adams and drink a Crown. After a buddy, you know, I was out there and a guy came in. He had a rough day, marriage problem, work day, and all that, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, how you talking about going to church? He looked at me and said, why are you telling me that? You got a crown in your hand. I said, I won't have a crown in my hand if you go to church Sunday. You went to church Sunday. I ain't had nothing since.
Oh, wow. What was that? Wow.
Yeah. I still don't believe alcohol is so bad if you keep growing.
Yeah.
But if it kills my testimony, I've got to stop doing it.
Right, yeah.
So I don't drink in public. I don't really drink no more, and that's what Gary can't get how openly honest I am about myself. But I think that's what you got to do to get people to listen to you.
Absolutely.
And you don't preach to them, you just throw things out to them.
Right.
Got a lot of old bar hounds go to church.
That's awesome.
My bartender, she's teaching young people and all that. She's done really good.
By the inspiration of
You never know. You never know.
You never know how.
It's a mission, I think.
That's exactly
we're
what I
going
was
to have
about
to
to say.
stop right there. Join me tomorrow as we
Let me do
go
this live
back
ID.
into 2 Timothy chapter 3, and we look at how the Bible is.
Come on. Be on time.
Oh, this is going to be good. It is a blessing and a benefit
You got
to
a whole
us
minute
in
now.
so
You got a whole
many
minute.
ways that God has given to us His holy
You gonna finish.
word. So join me tomorrow, and we'll look at the profitable ways that the Bible benefits and blesses our lives. Well, until then, may God bless you.
This is WOPP in Opp, Alabama. The time is 9 a.m. Let's go to Washington, D.C.
This hour from Town Hall.
Real way to make a living at it.
Busy day ahead for President Trump, continuing to push for tougher border security, including a wall, while at the same time dealing with the partial government shutdown. Correspondent Wally Hyde says later today Mr. Trump will pay a visit to Capitol Hill.
The president plans to attend the Senate's weekly Republican luncheon to sell the idea of declaring a national emergency. With the shutdown now in its 3rd week and no sign of ending.
I don't have a LBW ad because they killed him yesterday, last day.
Ending the shutdown without
Normally I would play an ad
Others, though, are
right
suggesting
before the person talked to
risk of triggering
all their ads
a
quit
nasty
yesterday.
legal fight over the extent of presidential powers.
The president will also be hosting congressional
That's a
leaders
unique
at the
story
White House
there.
for more talks.
Your
Last night's nationwide address,
president
Mr. Trump compared a border wall
had the
with other
revamping of the air sport, what it on the wall out there. The everything that left the airport over there. That had a where they was going to do something else different. And blah blah blah. And had a big luncheon and all that. And I had lunch with him. And I said. Doc, these billboards and newspaper, I don't know anybody who's going to college to read those. I said, the advertising is social media and radio. I said, I had an ad from y'all in a year or something like that, 2 years. And I said, I'm getting it from Troy, getting it from Enterprise, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, next day, the foundation, about $1,000 order, and then they got back in rotation, and now they're spending some money in radio, and where it's paying off. I mean, radio and social media were that.
First time in several decades. Their union says 35,000 teachers.
And a lot of our ads say, check our Facebook, check, okay, I mean, I remember when we used to say go to the website, too, and all that, but now it's Facebook. Which is easier. I get it. And that's what we're doing.
More on these stories at townhall.com.
The Doc's a good guy.
It's Pat Boone again.
And I've never before. Why is it not going? Come back here. There we go. There we go.
Can you buck dance? I mean, get down, buck dancing, man! Can you climb a greasy pole? I mean, a pole greased down with good old Lord. Buck dancing contest, greasy pole contest, cash prizes. Saturday, March the 23rd at the Up Rattlesnake Rodeo. All ages welcome. For more details, go to oprattlesnakerodeo.com.
Op Rattlesnake Rodeo 5K 2019, Saturday, March the 23rd, Op High School, 502 North Malloy Street in Op. Running 5K and walking 5K, $25. Rodeo armband to the first 200. The long sleeve tech shirts are awesome. Start time, 9 a.m. sharp. Race day registration and packet pickup starts at 7:15. For complete information, go to oprattlesnakerodeo.com. The 2019 Op Rattlesnake Rodeo Beauty Pageant is coming up on Saturday, March
The mayor's listening while I'm doing this. She hadn't heard him.
The pageant is open to girls
I do whatever
ages
she wants.
6 to 21 with special gifts and cash prizes.
For years, she's just my best friend's mother, you know, and now she's my mayor, and I even call her mom. Now, because I talk to her text every day.
Yeah. And at local merchants. The pageant is hosted by the Chamber of Commerce.
She's easy to deal with. She listens. Does she do what I want? No. But that's part of being the mayor. She got to make that final decision. That part don't bother me.
February the 20th.
But she knows I know. But I probably missed 6 council meetings since 1980.
Op Rattlesnake Rodeos.
And my memory is good. I can tell you whether it came up in the council meeting or not. You don't have to look back on no documentation.
For complete information and application, go to www.rattlesnakerodeo.com.
Or phone Liz Lindsay at 334-858-6624.
Or the City of Hop, 334-493-7840. Here's your weather bug, LA weather. I'm Rod
See you at the rodeo.
This morning we expect a sunny Wednesday with a high 58.
Ready?
Clearing cold
I'm ready.
with a low 33. Thursday should be sunny, our high 53. It'll be clearing colder Thursday night with a low 31. Friday will finish sleep with a mostly sunny day and a high 54. Heading into the weekend, Friday night it'll be mostly sunny with a low 41. There's a 5 or 10 chance for shower activity Saturday. It'll be cloudy, our high 61. There's a 2 in 10 chance of rain on Sunday. It'll be mostly sunny with a high of 60. Again, today should be sunny, our high 58, and that's the latest lower Alabama weather here on WOPP.
Hey, 47s are low this morning. The winds, well, they are from the southeast, maybe a mile. The official sunrise at 6:46. The official sunset at 5 p.m. Sunny skies, 53 degrees here at the studios of WOPP. And good morning to Jennifer Hall.
Good morning.
Good to have you in this morning.
It's good to be here.
I like talking to anybody from LBW, I tell you. I like the people at LBW. My sister-in-law makes her living there, too. So, you know, yeah. Plus, I like that guy that runs the place.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, he listens.
He does.
To be so educated, he's at home wherever he is,
He is.
and with whoever he is with.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
That's what impresses me about it. I sit there and I think, man, me talking about junk, and that he's so smart. Why would? But he enjoys talking about junk too.
He does.
The college has really done good because it went through Mr. Hammock, who was a landmark there, and of course the one he took place of was a landmark too. And then you went through the changeover, which was good. That kind was good.
It was good.
Because everybody needs to get stricter again. And then you bring in this one, and he is by the book, but he also knows how to relax with it too.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you, as people that works for him, makes it fun to work for him.
It is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I had
He's
to give
very
him
supportive.
had to give him a plug, this morning.
Yeah.
But now you got a project going on that you want to
do.
tell people about.
I do. I wanted to let everyone know about 5 new short-term training programs that we are going to start offering this spring.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
4 of them are healthcare. We
Mhm.
have a certified medical assistant and a veterinary assistant
Really?
programs that are going to be offered here on our MacArthur campus in Ott.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then we're going to have dental assisting and veterinary technician.
Mhm.
And those, dental assisting and pharmacy technician.
Oh, yeah.
Those will be on our Andalusia campus.
Mm-hmm.
And also here on our MacArthur campus, we're
Mhm.
going to begin offering an industrial welding
Okay.
program.
Yeah.
And it'll be a 12-week program, and it's actually grant funded. We wrote a grant through the Department of Commerce and WIOA,
Mhm.
so there'll be no cost for that industrial welding program at all.
Won't cost the student nothing.
Nope. They'll
Wow.
free tuition, as well as they'll get their personal protective gear included at no cost.
The gear too.
Yes.
That's a couple $100 there.
Oh yes, absolutely. Right
Wow.
about $300.
Wow.
So that's a good opportunity, and of course we know that welding is a a very high demand, high wage occupation, as well as the healthcare. We have had so many doctors' offices, veterinary clinics, dental offices contact us with these needs for these positions, and so we were eager to get them started, and they all kick off. The welding actually kicks off on February 11th is the first night, and then the certified medical assistant is the first class that starts, and it starts February 12th. And there are scholarships available for all of the healthcare programs as well.
I think LBW is adapting to the new wave for localism, meaning that it's hard for us to bring doctors here, but we can bring the assistants in, the techs in, and they've got the electronics to talk to the actual doctor and all that. But they do the physical and send the reports to them. It's amazing. I can't believe how all they do it now.
Yes, technology. It is really advanced healthcare and really all areas in workforce.
I'll never forget getting some X-rayed at my cell. This is 20 years ago now, and so those days I was used to waiting 3 or 4 days before you knew what. Sit down about 30 minutes. We'll have it. What? We emailed it to Jacksonville. Whoever's reading them that day. We emailed it to Jacksonville, and he'll give us a report in about 30 minutes.
It's amazing, isn't it?
And it's faster than that now.
It is.
Wow.
Yes.
So LBW's challenge is to keep these technicians and the associates trained some way or another.
Yes.
In all fields.
Yes, absolutely. And we're offering or doing everything we can to get these individuals trained and get them in the workforce, and get these positions filled. Because as we train these people and they enter into the workforce, it's just going to continue to grow our economy. So,
well, you can train in 12 weeks like welding and have a job. So there's no excuse not having a job.
No.
That truck driving's even like 6 weeks or 7 weeks over Evergreen. Is it campus there?
Green State Technical College. They have a truck driver training program.
Used to be here. What's over there now?
Yes. Well, Reed's had a program for many years, and they have a very good program.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, all that. I mean, that's you're talking about 6 to 8 weeks of schooling, and you're trained and you go to work.
Yep.
You can't beat that.
No, not at all. And all of these new programs, when you finish and enter the workforce, you're going to be making a very good wage.
And y'all got counselors that pretty well knows where to apply it.
Yes, we help.
Jobs.
We do. We're going to help all the students find jobs and get them into the workforce just as soon as they finish the program. If anyone's interested, we can help them get started. They can just call us at 881-2231, and we can walk them through the process and get everything set up. They can apply for the scholarships. There are some criteria that they have to apply through the Alabama Career Center system, and we can help them get started.
I know a counselor is vital, especially if you need financial help.
Yes.
And they can help you. It's unreal from the junior college right on into Troy or Auburn, Alabama. I've had students working here from me, started at LBW and got over to Troy, and thank God I can make phone calls and help them out, as long as they keep grades.
Yep.
Key is grades, isn't it?
Yes.
You can't help somebody making D's.
Well, yeah.
Not much.
You got to put forth some effort to be successful. That's right.
But if you find out that maybe the book work is not their strong point, but their ability and all that is strong, you can help them that way too, can't you?
Absolutely. And the beauty about these programs are, of course, there's going to be, some textbook, lecture, but there's also hands-on. And, to me, that's one of the best ways to learn.
Sure.
That's how I learn, is by doing. And then you retain, and you can actually enter the workforce and be able to immediately do those skills instead of having to learn when you get there.
So your grades may not be that great, but that when that advisor puts that his skill is high or something like that helps right there, doesn't it?
It does.
It shows that you put the effort in to get the training too.
That's right. Yes.
Got to spend your time, haven't you?
Yes, you sure do.
Now, and as you said, most of this is free. The welding is free.
The welding, yes, and then
free.
Yes, absolutely. And then the medical. I mean, there a lot of people will qualify for the scholarships, and so there'll be no cost.
Right. Wow. The main thing is come in and talk to you, right?
Yes, come in and talk with us, and we can see if you qualify for all of these programs and get you started.
You can walk in the hallway at MacArthur campus or LBW campus over in Andalusia and just tell them that what you're thinking about. First person you see, then they're going to direct you in the right direction there.
That, at all of our campuses, we have great faculty and staff, And you just stop and ask any one of them, and they're going to get you where you need to go.
That's the key.
And they're going to help you.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And I find, and I have actually witnessed that happen because, you know, you hear this, hear that, and all that, and you want to be sure it's doing that. But LBW does it, folks. They all want to help train and put it this way, LBW is a big industry for our county too.
Yes.
It employs a lot of folks.
We do.
But you train a lot of folks too.
We sure do. We do train a lot of individuals.
And it is a big thing when we're talking to industry coming to County. Of course, our numbers are not really great on that. But the thing is, we can provide that education and we can get those grants. And that's big for a lot of the companies when they decide to move in, isn't it?
It is. And really that's critical when you're trying to attract new industry to your area. That's one of the first things they look at. Really from K-12 all the way up to post-secondary, that's what they look at.
I know y'all were real part of the auto thing in Luverne and all. Y'all helped do a lot of training there.
Yes.
And that's been vital.
It has.
And so y'all offer it anywhere else. Existing business too. Now they can go into and evaluate your business and see if you qualify for some training.
That's one of the things that
people forget that existing business.
That's one of the things that I do. If you're an existing industry or business, whether you are a two-person small family-owned business to a large manufacturing company, if you have a training need, if you'll just contact me, I can help fill that need. There's even grants that are available to help these industries pay for that training. I'm working on 2 right now for some industries, one large and one a little bit smaller to help pay for some training.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So don't forget LBW.
Yeah, the opportunities are endless, and if just give me a call and we'll find a way to help you. That's what we're here for.
No doubt about that.
Absolutely.
Give those courses one more time.
We have certified medical assistant, veterinary assistant here on our MacArthur campus, industrial welding here in MacArthur and Opp. We have dental assistant and pharmacy technician that will be on our Andalusia campus. And if you're interested, give us a call at 881-2231 and we can get you started.
Well, Jennifer, thank you for coming in today.
Thank you so much.
Enjoyed it very much.
I did as well.
Open door policy at LPW.
Thank you.
Thank you now. Enjoyed it. Thank you. Real good. Informative. It's on Facebook. We'll load it up after this. And then, of course, you can edit and take out what you want.
Awesome. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice meeting you, dear.
You too.
Remember, I hug now.
That will lead to a bright future for our Bobcats football team. Thank you to Coach Hill and his coaching staff. Our sponsors
Come on in.
are proud of you. WOPP is proud of you. Proud to have sponsored the 2018 football season. Brought to you by Larry's Prescriptions, CCB Community Bank,
David's Catfish House,
Op Help and Rehabilitation, Lance Jackson CPA,
Mizell Memorial Hospital,
TNC Pharmacy,
Caroline's Country Stores,
Covington Pecan,
Hardee's,
H.C. Ecker Trucking Company,
Horn Beverage Company,
Papa G's,
J.M. Jackson Chevrolet Buick, Revenue Commissioner George Chuck Patterson,
Southern Independent Bank,
the Op Gun Shop, the Op Donut Shop,
S&P Communication,
Air Control, here on your official Bobcat station, WOPP.
There we go.
The 2019 Opp High School Boosters Banquet is Thursday, February the 14th at 7 p.m. at Opp Middle School Multipurpose Room. A steak dinner and a chance to win $5,000. Get your banquet ticket from a Booster Club officer. $100 donation, a meal for 2, a chance for $5,000. Go Bobcats!
I hadn't got my ticket yet. Have you got yours?
I hadn't got my ticket yet either.
Brock Ballard hadn't seen me yet. He's usually one that comes and collects, which is fine. That is a bargain, by the way. Watch all you get out of it. It's a nice night out.
It's on Valentine's Day, so
Perfect
date.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that. Usually what I do, everyone's with me, I just give them my ticket and, and they get thrilled out of seeing they might win.
Yeah.
Well, I feel a little guilty as much as, I'm involved with the Bobcats. If I've won, I would feel a little guilty about that. But I like to be guilty. So we'll be telling more and more about that as we get closer by. Trip, since we talked, there's been let me say, here's what you keep hearing. The fake field goal, and why didn't he put the second man in after the second interception? Well, the man has won all these things. Who's going to second guess? I'm not going to second guess him, man.
I don't know. I don't know.
Those are two things.
I've seen a lot of the. I didn't see the game. But I did see a lot of the few of the ESPN things after.
Yeah.
And they were talking about different things that had happened. You thought it was going to be a shootout.
The way it started.
You thought it was going to be a shootout, and then all of a sudden, by halftime, it was just about over.
When they missed that fake field goal attempt, the adrenaline went the other way, all the way.
That right there was that. Everybody said that was the icing on the cake.
They then knew they had Alabama against the ropes,
and they delivered a knockout punch.
And adrenaline means a lot, doesn't it?
It does. The momentum, the momentum changes on one play.
It's amazing.
And it don't take but one play. There was a coach that said one time, if you win the special teams war, 99% of the time you're going to win the game. That was a big special team stop.
Oh, yeah.
So they say if you win that, then you blocked field goal, blocked extra point, any little thing like that, or you stop a fake. If you convert a fake, the
onside kick,
there.
You convert
onside kick, and you recover it. Chances are you're going to win.
The adrenaline,
it does.
That adrenaline gives you that extra boost when you're matched up with equal athletes, isn't it?
It is. And they were talking about the Clemson quarterback like he's NFL ready. And I've seen him. He looks like
he's 6'4".
He's pretty tall for a quarterback. He looks like a guy named Kyle Orton that was in the pros, but not very good. But that's what he looks like. But just by looking at the highlights, he kind of throws the ball like Matt Ryan and Phillip Rivers. Matt Ryan is quarterback of my team, and he's getting up there a little bit now. If he starts running out of time, this might be his replacement. It would be a good draft pick.
Not trying to downgrade this young quarterback by no means, but any quarterback would have done good with the protection that line was giving him.
That line is.
They were giving him all day long. Against Alabama.
Somebody said that Bama's defense. Somebody said on ESPN yesterday that Bama's defense just wasn't what it was in the regular season. That the SEC was just down. I tend to kind of have to agree with it. The SEC had a horrible bowl record. So.
Yeah, but Vandy in Kentucky won, didn't
they? They did. Auburn did.
Who would ever thought? Who would ever thought Vandy in Kentucky?
I don't think Vandy won. I know Kentucky did.
Yeah.
But they were. Georgia lost. Bama lost. The top two teams lost. Well, Bama split technically, but Georgia lost, and a couple other ones lost. But I think the SEC was 5-7 if you count Monday's game, and the ACC was like 7-5.
The ratings are out. It was terrible. The ratings.
The ratings were out.
The worst ever.
It was one of the worst ever. They did not sell out. There was I read an article this morning. There was a late rush in ticket sales, but it did not sell out by a few thousand seats. Just like I said it would.
Wrong location, but locations are picked ahead of time.
Yeah, you can't do anything about that. It's done that way in every sport. And somebody said, well, they're playing on the West Coast on a Monday night. I just pulled up a graphic of basketball last year. Michigan and Villanova were the teams in the national championship. Villanova's in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. And then Michigan, of course, is in Ann Arbor. And the game was played in San Antonio. And they actually had to extend the Alamo Dome. Its capacity 64,000 for basketball. They had to extend it because they had 68,000 tickets sold. So that doesn't matter. I mean, the location, and I think most Bama people expected to be in that game. You're making travel plans during the season.
Oh, I got friends that went ahead and bought the tickets at that time because they knew they could unload the tickets if Alabama didn't go.
Yeah, I mean it's I'm sure Clemson people could do that too.
Yeah.
But you can't do anything about the location. It's predetermined. It's like the Super Bowl. it's predetermined before the season even starts. I mean, should it have been out there? Probably not. That's a horrible stadium in the middle of nowhere, really. You know, it would have been better served maybe being in, you know, in the Rose Bowl or at the University of Phoenix Stadium or something like that, where it probably would have sold out in a major downtown area. But it being out on the West Coast, casual, that's not a hotbed for college.
Well,
so no locals were there, I'm sure.
We're getting more and more domes out there too, and you know, I think the domes should get the premier ball games because then you eliminate any weather problem. We had actually a bowl game canceled because of the weather.
There was a bowl game canceled due to
for that. That's never happened.
That was the first.
Yeah.
They did not even play it. And I was surprised, and that just shows you they're exhibition games. Because if that had been a real game, and I'm sure the payout was equal, but if that had been a real counted game, then they're going to play it.
Yeah, they got their money for without playing.
I've always said, unless you're playing for the championship, bowl games are exhibitions. The exhibitions for recruit. Well, the main reason they were even started was to bring tourists to winter places. The majority of them are played in warmer weather, and it's to bring tourists.
Sure.
Because you look at where most of them are played: South Florida or Southern California or Texas.
Oh yeah, they got tourists. That's part of the tourist bureau that helped run those bowls.
They did, especially the early ones. The early ones, the older bowls are probably like the Orange Bowl, Cotton Bowl, and Rose Bowl. And you see they're played in major metropolitan areas.
All right, while we're talking about SEC, you see any schools going to be making coaching changes?
I have. We haven't heard of any yet.
Not yet.
So,
unusual.
Usually those happen right after the regular season's over. But I don't think there was any changes except.
I think those that had iffy seasons this year, their coaches are new anyway. So they're going to get that grace.
Yeah, they got that at least 1 year grace period. And coaching changes, we got to go to one here in a minute. Major coaching change a little closer to home, which everybody saw was coming. I was actually surprised that it took this long.
Surprised, huh?
I was surprised it didn't happen a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And
are you talking pro?
We're talking Troy.
Oh, Troy. Well, I was going to get to Troy, but no, I wasn't surprised that he left at all. $17 million will make you move.
I know, and the school he's going to though is this. This is what's crazy about college. The school he's going to is in West Virginia. They're in the Big 12. Now go figure that out. They're playing Texas and they're playing all teams in Texas, Oklahoma. What is Iowa State, Kansas? How? Why?
He's 38 years old. This is a 6-year contract. I think he'll be gone in 4 years to even a more major college. I think he's a stepping stone.
If he gets West Virginia a conference championship, he will. And they have back when they were in the Big East, they were a team when the Big East was kind of weak, but still had that elite bowl game. They made it most of the time.
People want to know why didn't Troy, offer him some more money too? They were some reasonable offer for another year, but he's 38 years old. He's not. You're not going to be able to keep him. He's done what he can do at Troy. It's time for him to move on. And as much as I like him, I like the heck out of him. But at 38 years old, kid's young, so there's no major thing pulling him out of school. I think he made a good family decision, and it's now who comes in and puts Troy into the next level.
It is. He's got the building block, but somebody's got to take the baton and go with it.
We can't just win one big game a year. We need to win all the big games a year.
They do, and the one major flaw with Troy was they didn't win the division and they didn't play for the conference championship. And that was the only thing they didn't do this year. He's got a good group of kids still up there. We got one right here not playing.
Yeah,
and
Coach Brown really liked him.
And
I hope the new coach does.
And that's the thing now. Who's going to be the successor?
The two names came out this morning early on WSFA. It was two former coaches at Troy as other places now. One was the offense coach at one time, only 1 year, and then a defense coach of a couple of years. They're big, and Troy's bad to do that. I mean, and Brown was that. Brown had been at Troy before.
Yeah, and I think if you hire somebody that knows the town, knows the system, knows the university, that's a big plus.
Now, the other thing I've heard, a former Auburn coach and a former Tennessee coach, both of them got big names. Both of them could recruit quite well. However, they lost their jobs not producing.
Who's the Auburn coach?
Chiswick.
We're talking about Chiswick? Okay. And the Tennessee one has to be Kiffin. Kiffin would definitely bring some attention to Troy.
I think
he just has that way, and I know people don't like him because he's had bad stops, but he brings attention. He's like Bruce Pearl. He brings attention. Bruce Pearl has brought so much attention, but he's winning now. But if he had not done what he did last year, he'd have been gone from Auburn. We'd have been dumb enough to fire him. But he brings attention, and Lane Kiffin will do the same thing. But I bet they're going to go with somebody who's been there before.
They lean that way all the time,
and they seem to, and they want to keep
the family.
Yes,
they have a family outfit, and they are. I mean, they take care of former coaches there. They take care of you. If you
and they're going to want somebody like that. Might want somebody with kind of the same mentality, same mindset as Brown had.
You won't see the $17 million contract, but the coach will not go without. He will every needs he wants.
They'll and you know you have to. And I noticed this Brown because it had not been done. You know, Brown would come. You know, I think if you think about it, if Blatantly had still been coaching, would we have gotten Orlando up there? Because it had just gotten to the point where he did not recruit small towns like Opp anymore. And Neil Brown came to Opp, came to Andalusia. They got a kid from Andalusia playing. You know, you got to have a coach because that's where you're gonna get your players. You're not gonna get them from the 7A, 6A schools. Those kids that get that exposure, you know, playing on TV or playing, you know, for a big school, they're going to SEC schools. And you look at, you know, Jamie Dubose.
17 of his players are going to SEC.
SEC schools.
17 of them.
And, you know, and he might have a couple going to Troy, but his better ones are going to play at Auburn or Alabama or somewhere like that.
Troy gets the under 6'2".
And that's what you have to do to compete. You know, you need to go to the small towns, get the kids from the 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A schools. That's where you need to do your recruiting. And anybody that Bama and Auburn don't get. I have to believe that's what UAB did. UAB had to have gotten all of Bama and Auburn's leftovers because the way they turned it around was unreal. That's the story of the year.
Oh yeah,
as far as football in this state.
I agree with you. I think he should be the coach of the year.
And he definitely was in the conference.
There's rumors that people is wanting Troy to go after him, but there's too good of a relationship between both the universities.
I don't think they would do that. I mean, I think that guy's locked in. He's a god in Birmingham for the summer. And he's going to get some recruits, and he's going to get some recruits from downtown Birmingham. And I know that's a medical school, but I mean they recruit kids from inner city Birmingham too.
Oh yeah.
And they're going to have. And the funny thing was when I looked at all the conference bowl wins, their conference had the best winning percentage. They were 4-2. They only won 6 bowls. 4-2, Conference USA.
You know,
he beat an SEC school. One of them did.
He may have had a wisdom that an Alabama coach used to have in basketball. I remember him playing nothing but Birmingham kids, and one SEC.
Sanderson?
No, one for him.
Oh,
one had the crazy hat.
Oh, okay.
Can't think of a name.
I can't either, but I know who you're talking about. I picture him in my mind.
One got fired for extra activities. But a great coach. But I remember him having nothing but Birmingham boys on the court and winning.
That's what they might do. And speaking of UAB, their basketball program won. They forced overtime with Auburn in the Mike Slive Challenge game. It was at the Legacy Arena, and they were doing it for the former SEC and big. I didn't know he was the commissioner of Conference USA too.
You know, when we get to thinking about it, South Alabama is known for baseball. I mean, that is an honor.
Our town is known for baseball. We're a baseball town.
Yeah, but college-wise, not many kids are going to turn down and go in South Alabama to play baseball.
Yeah, they're big baseball.
They're unreal. They got connections with the farm clubs and everything else. So that's even better than Auburn, Alabama, folks. South Alabama is unreal what they've done down there. But then you start looking at Troy being very successful in various sports, Livingston, Huntington, UAB, Auburn, Alabama. We got major colleges that's getting exposure all over the nation.
We do, and it's not just a football state anymore. As you can tell, basketball's in full swing. Auburn's in the top 15. Alabama pulled a shocker off against Kentucky. It's just everybody's clicking on all levels.
And we're having some cooking in LBW baseball. We got boys leaving here going to 4-year colleges too.
They do, and
quite a few of them.
LBW is they're known for having a very good baseball team year in and year out. I believe they were the JUCO national champion. It's been like 10 years now, but that's a big thing.
Well, it's hard. A 2-year college, it's hard staying top.
It is.
You got to rebuild.
You got to rebuild every other year. And they, like I said, I believe they were the JUCO national champions.
Yeah.
I think it's been about 10 years now, but to win that, it's pretty good.
I've watched the girls play, and they're pretty good. They're very competitive there. Boys basketball, they're up and down. Their seasons, they're unreal in their season.
Yeah, their seasons are unreal. And their seasons where they're just unreally bad.
But it is because of every other year.
That's just a part of it. It is hard to stay constant at a 2-year school.
Yeah.
Versus a 4-year school.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the success around here would be those small schools, like Huntington and Faulkner and places like that, where a kid from Opp could go and enjoy some success.
And you only got that 2-year picture for them, LBW, unless they get a hardship because of an injury. Then you get to spend 3 years. But at Auburn and Alabama, it's not unusual for a kid to be on campus 6 years.
It is.
The way the loops are now.
The way that you can. I know Auburn had a quarterback that was there for 6 years.
Yeah.
I mean, he got a master's degree, so I mean, he was still in class.
Oh, sure.
And but he was injured 2 years and got a pass for 2 years and got a matter of fact, I think he was redshirted and then he was injured. So he played. He was there 6 years.
He got his master's.
He did get a master's. I do remember that. I mean, they said he was in class right up to the end.
Yeah, he still has to take the 10-hour, 12-hour.
They still have to take the minimum just to stay eligible, but but a lot of these guys are 5th-year seniors. A lot of them do probably take less classes so they can stay in, but some have go that extra year and get their master's degree.
So what I'm saying,
it's going to be life after football.
The coaches got a lot more to play with that player.
They do.
That player may not like that red shirt year, but they will grow in knowledge.
They do.
And strength.
And it does them very well to. And there's some kids. A lot of them do it because of injuries. I think Orlando was redshirted last year because he had an injury. A lot of them do it because they're not ready. I mean, they're recruited, they're there, but they're not a walk-on. But they're redshirted because sometimes they're just not ready. And it's probably a little hard for them. And that's usually your 1- and 2-star recruits. If they're 3-star or higher, they're usually going to roll right in and play.
I was going to say that now that the college can play freshmen automatically. Wow.
Oh yes. And I was a little bit before my time, but I do remember when freshmen couldn't play on the varsity level.
That's right.
And you can think of big tragedy for changing that rule. The Marshall tragedy, I think, changed that rule. I did learn that from the movie. I did not know that, but I knew it had changed around that time. I did not know that that's what caused it. But when all the players were killed at Marshall that time, they were allowed to play freshmen, and they used it as a recruiting tool. They said freshmen could play on the varsity level. Just one of the big things that's happened. That's probably the biggest. That probably has to be the biggest tragedy in the history, especially college football.
They're still concerned, about putting your whole team on an airplane or whole team on a bus.
And you just about have to do it now. I mean, it's the way they've done, way these games are done. I'm sure, most of the SEC schools, they don't leave this part of the country. So, I know Bama and Clemson had to fly out to California.
Oh, yeah.
But there is a rule, if people hadn't realized this, looking at Alabama and Auburn's schedule, they have to, it's mandated by the SEC that you have to play a team from a Power 5 conference. And that's why Auburn played Washington this year. And I believe Alabama played Louisville, maybe in the first week of the season. So, so you may have to do that traveling sometime. You can't go by the bus every time. But if you look at some of the other schedules, they have to play somebody from a Power 5 conference. So,
but believe me, they don't want to put a 6'8" linebacker in the airplane with them cramped seats.
It is, and I'm sure they only travel like when they have to. And
they definitely going to get there a day or two earlier.
And they do. I imagine both the teams probably got there Friday, probably for the game on Monday. Maybe Thursday. I don't know.
It's up to them, I think.
Yeah, they can get there whenever they want to. I'm sure they got there Thursday or Friday. But that was probably definitely a unique experience playing out there. And the game starting when it was still daylight.
Oh yeah,
because it was on the West Coast.
Oh yeah. So
but there was but I agree with what somebody said. That's no hotbed for college right out there. People in California, that's close enough to the nerds at Simi Valley and Silicon Valley where they make all not sports fans. Where they make all the computer stuff.
Yeah.
That's what that's not if the game had been, and people were comparing it to last year's game. I said last year's game was Alabama and Georgia in Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. That's a short drive.
Yeah.
No wonder the tickets were $1,700, and then I think they dropped to under $100 for this game.
They did,
which is just unheard of. And I know it's fatigue seeing the same two teams. That was one part, and that's probably why
but it's not,
nobody watched it. And then
it's not Alabama and Clemson's fault though. The other teams are going to have to commit and get just as good.
Well, I did hear somebody comment. They said that just shows Notre Dame did belong, and the Heisman voters got it right, whatever that means.
That don't happen very often, the Heisman being right.
But that necessarily means it's going to be a bust of an NFL career for most of them. Some of them it's still yet to be seen, Cam Newton, and some are going to be but the guy at Oklahoma last year, that's at Cleveland now, that was a major turnaround. For having won one game in 2 years, and then they end up winning 6 this year and had a chance to make the playoffs, that's a major turnaround. That kid's going to be something special. Baker Mayfield, that's who it is.
Okay.
Yeah, he's going to be something special.
All right, let's get to basketball. Alabama. We played in a game Tuesday, and things come out all right.
Last night we started the second half of the season, and started off with a tough Luverne team who it was a 4-point loss. Friday night we bounced back, beat Slocum, area game. And last night had a tough one against Strawn. It's hard to go over there and win. It's ended up losing by 2.
That's not bad.
And
was that an area game?
It was an area game.
Ooh.
Yes.
So we got to get them
in the area.
So we got to get them when they come here.
Yes, and that was the thing that Coach Edwards said, and the boys were thinking they still got to come to our house, and that'll be another huge game when they do. 2 weeks from last night. We got all our area games right here in a row. We actually got Geneva Friday down there, another tough road area test. Then we go to Slocum next week, and then we got Geneva and Strawn at home.
Close out at home.
And we close out with 3 games at home, which is good. We'll close out with Strawn at home, Kinston at home, and Andalusia at home. So closing out with 3 basketball rivals at home. Probably not in that order, but Kinston is a rival in basketball.
Oh, sure. Always has been.
So it's closing out with 3 rival games at home. So that'll be 3 big gates.
In my day in the 60s and 70s, our goal was when Kinston came to Op, we want to stay within 20 points of them.
Yes.
If we stayed in 20, we won.
That was true. They were.
They were a powerhouse.
They have 3 state championships in basketball. Which
yeah.
They have the banners still up in the gym, but it's been 25 years, 35 years now since their last one. But
They were a powerhouse.
They were, and that was I think Coach Purnell was there for most of that. That's why. And I saw that when he came to Op and coached girls for so many years, and we had such a high level of success that we are desperately needing right now.
The story that I love to tell on Kinston is, of course, Mr. E.C. Nevin was principal, and then you had Coach Purnell. And on Saturdays, they like to get together right around the town, and they like to know where everybody lived, you know. And if they went by a house and they knew that kid and they talked about that kid, well, he's 6'1", where's his basketball goal? And if he didn't have a basketball goal, you know what happened with the next day? They went and bought him a basketball goal and put it up. Isn't that?
Yeah.
Now that's the way to train them.
It is. And that's, you know, Kinston, and people don't realize, Kinston is a basketball school. Boys, that is their sport.
Yeah.
And
volleyball took girls.
Girls, it's volleyball and softball. Their basketball team is much improved from the way it used to be. It used to be as bad as ours is now. And I can remember when we'd go over there and it would be 80-10.
Yeah.
And
they didn't show no interest in it.
They just did it to stay in shape. Kind of like how our boys used to be, because those boys that are playing now, most of them don't play another sport. We got 1 or 2 baseball players on the team, and then I think 1 or 2 football players. But the majority of them play back. I know the two or three of the better players play nothing but basketball. So we are very competitive. To me, even though we're 5-8, we're still very competitive. Could have won that game last night. Every team we've lost to has double-digit wins, so that just tells you the kind of schedule we've played too.
But we're in the part what I call the important part of the season.
We are, and you know, I don't care if we win another non-area game or not, as long as we take care of the area opponents. And we've already taken care of one, and Friday night hopefully we'll take care of another one when we go to Geneva. Those are the important ones. Those are the ones that get you into the area tournament and get you a better draw, and possibly hosting, which would be something unreal that we've never done. Boys have never done, and I think the girls have only done once in 25 years host the area tournament. So
is that our goal?
That is the goal right now. And whether we host it, whether Strawn hosts it, which I think it would be one of the two. Just based on what's happened so far, I think it'll either be at our place or theirs. You know, not just hosting it, but winning it's the most important thing. No matter where it's played at, winning it. And I think, you know, we have just as good a chance this year as we've ever had.
What's the second round of basketball?
After the area tournament, they have a sub-region round. What we went to last year when the boys won their first game. They finished as the area runner-up, and we went to the sub-region round. If you're an area champion, you host it.
Okay.
And if you are an area runner-up, you travel. That's why we had to travel to Mobile. The crossover won't be so far this year. We're matched up with the Dothan area.
Okay.
Basically, the other 4 teams from our football region.
Got us in the right region now. We don't do good in Mobile region.
Well, we were in this region. We were crossed over with them, and I don't understand why they did it. But the Dothan region, which is now the Dothan area, was crossed over with the other Mobile area, which made no sense. So we are matched up. It'll probably be Pike County or Houston Academy.
Okay.
Would be our sub-region opponent, more than likely. Okay. It's only 4 teams: Pike County, Providence Christian, Houston Academy, and Vicksburg. So it will be one of those 4.
Well, get out and support them when they're playing at home for sure. And
definitely.
The video is available, right?
Yes. You can watch it on the National Federation, all the home games. I do stream the away games. All 3 games are on Bobcat games from last night, and you can watch it live. The games from Geneva will be on there Friday night, and when we're at home,
what site did I go to get the video?
Go to Facebook, and then you type in Bobcat Games, and they'll pull up a page, and you'll see all the videos on there.
Okay.
And when we're at home, it's the National Federation of High Schools, NFHS. And
you join it if you hadn't joined it.
Joined it. Yes, it's $9.99 a month. You can watch the games live on there, and it's actually $60 a year, which is actually cheaper.
Yeah.
If you want to just do a season pass where you watch one sport, I think it's $40, but it's for 4 months. So if you have a kid just playing football, just playing basketball, you can get it for just that one season.
I went ahead and done the whole $60 and that. I think I've watched it twice.
Now, I do, and I use it to a lot. It is a good tool to use when I write up my stories. I watch it. I watched the game Friday night when I was doing something for this week's paper for Slocum. We were playing, and I just went on there and watched it. And same thing for Luverne. We played them last week. And it does. It's a good tool to have, and you can go and it has the running score. So I was trying to figure out who had scored and how much time was left on the clock. And when you're in a game and watching the game and trying to keep up with doing what I do, it's hard to remember all that. And you can go back and look at the exact time. So, but we did. There was a good game last night. We had two of them come down to the wire. The B team game came down to the wire. We came out on the winning end of that in overtime, and they're now 7-1.
The B team.
The B team. That means the future's pretty bright.
Coach Wheeler like that?
I do.
Coach Wheeler likes it too, doesn't he?
He does, and he's got Daryl helping him do that one with the B team, and it is. I mean, that's exciting to know that we got all that coming up. We got a couple of them that I know will be on the varsity next year. A couple of them have dressed out with the varsity in tournaments. We had one that played in the Andalou tournament. He played a lot, and he if we could redo it again, he'd probably be on the varsity. But when you're averaging like 13 or 14 points in a B team for a B team, you know you're gonna be on varsity next year. But yeah, they're 7-1. It's been a very, very exciting, and save one bad half against Brantley, they'd be 8-0 in the first game of the year. They were down. I think they were down like 11-0 to start the game.
Really?
And then came back and only lost by 3. So, and it looks like they're gonna, we still got a tough road to go. But I could see them winning 10, probably 10 at least.
Okay.
So I think we've got 8 games left. We've got 5 of them at home, and after this week, we'll have the majority of them at home. And we need to get out there in full force.
Yeah.
Because if we want to host the area, our crowd needs to be as loud as Strong was last night. They didn't get loud till right at the end, and of course we had a good crowd there last night. But we got to have that for at least the next 2 home games because they're area games.
Right.
Got to have that against Geneva, and got to have that especially when Strong comes.
Get the student body behind it.
We did. We had a few kids come Friday night against Slocum, but the majority of the fans it was kind of an unenthusiastic for area game. I know school was still out and everything, and that's kind of why I don't like doing those games before school starts back. But we were out last night, and we need to get. We need to be out, especially when we're at home. We need that home court advantage.
Well, maybe
it makes a big difference.
Sure. Where are we on baseball? Is it tryout time or anything yet, or
I think they've kind of started practicing. I think everybody. I don't know if it's officially started.
I've seen them out doing, maybe on their own stuff. I think.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. But they're out there now, and baseball and softball. It's going to be here before we know it. About 5 weeks from now.
Usually, the coaches have little outlines that they can do things on their own, and the coaches can't be with them for reasons that they set up by the athletic association.
Yeah, I think I don't know when the official practice date starts, but it's any time now.
Right around the corner.
Because usually President's Day is when we'll start. Usually around then. So, like I said, about 5 weeks from now, we will be baseball and softball.
Be time to get Coach Cassidy out here then.
It will be.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have Coach Debo's and Coach Hill out in the near future too, and just discuss different things of what's going on and the sports of op. And if you're a retiree that's moved to op and hadn't got involved in our school system and athletics, but I know a lot. I know retirees that have enjoyed being fans, and these kids know it. They know if you're not from here originally, but they see it these ball games. It means a lot to them.
It does. And just to have that crowd, you know, just anybody that comes out and supports, that is, you know,
and that senior citizen pass can't be beat.
I know it. That is just. That is crazy, and how inexpensive it is.
About $50 for the whole year. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, they you know, they know you're on fixed income, so they want to help you as much as possible.
That's definitely true.
Well, we'll do this again about the same time next week.
We will. Hopefully with a couple more area wins in our back pocket.
Maybe we will. Have a good one, man.
All right.
I think I got a 10 o'clock or 10:30 doctor appointment, one or the other. 10 or 10:30. I'll check.
You know anybody that works on discs, like DVDs? I got some that I did on an old Panasonic recorder, and now I can't get them to play.
Go see Wayne Taylor.
I already have.
He couldn't do it?
He couldn't do anything with them. He kept saying the disc was empty. He said to take it to a computer place. He suggested.
Go take it to the Pen Boy.
Where's that at?
Next to the old Blue Flame.
Okay. Yeah, Medigold said something about that.
It's pretty sharp. Brandon's pretty sharp, but getting him to do it's the thing.
Yeah, I thought about him too.
Brandon is sharp. Be very sharp. He stays busy, man. And the Pen Boy's just billing his business.
Yeah, I'm going to check him out. He's open.